those bitches, it's time for some pop goulash. I'm Reuben, and this week I have Sarah from Thunder Comics.
Yeah.
Rolling solo this time around. She'll actually get a chance to speak on mic.
I know. And this time we're not like git-gabbing for the first hour before we even record.
Yeah, right? Yeah, I just pushed record on this bitch and we got going. So we're talking about, before we got rolling, she was asking me about Titans Season 2 on the DC Universe.
It looks like it dropped today.
Really? Well, I know something I'm going to get bad eyesight doing tonight. Keep your mind out of the gutter, you perverts. I'm going to be watching it on my phone because that's all it won't work on my Apple TV for some reason. I've changed my password like 5 times and it's still like, well, I know, fuck you. I'm not
going to... Apple TV.
Yeah, fuck you. I love my Apple TV. It's the best.
Chromecast.
Yeah.
Ugh, yourself.
I don't want to have to like tie my phone up just to cast something to my TV.
I use a tablet.
Either way, still, you gotta tie something up. It's the worst.
Hey, I figured out how to play video games on the tablet while watching stuff. It's fine.
Yeah, you know what? I can cast to my Apple TV as well. I can cast from my laptop to my TV, Apple TV. I can cast from my phone to my TV. If I wanted to, I could cast from my tablet to my TV, but my kids broke my fucking tablet.
Hashtag parent life.
Yeah, dude. Seriously. Like, I've had this iPad for like 4 years, 5 years, no incidents. We take it to Florida in February. My screen's cracked in 4 places. And it's so old they don't make the parts for it anymore. So I'm just like, fucked. I'm like, ugh. And it still worked. It worked like a champ. Kinda.
Kind of.
Mm-hmm. So you finished the L thing of the swamp, yes?
Oh, it was so good.
Mm-hmm.
How far did you get?
Like episode 6? I know I only got 4 left to go, but...
You're a marathon that because... they give you a glimpse of Jason Woodrow as the formed, like, green person he is at the very end, at the end credits of the last episode. And you're like, why did this get canceled? Because it's one of those, like, this is what I've always wanted.
Really?
From, like, the dark side of DC.
Interesting.
It's phenomenal.
Really? Because I had a friend of mine, my friend Billy, fucking Billy. He's like fucking Chad, but different. But he's like, it's not my Swamp Thing, but it's okay. Because he is of the mind that it was Alan Moore's Swamp Thing, or get the fuck out.
Okay. I can see that.
Mm-hmm. But
the way they did it, if you read, like, the origin of Swamp Thing, it's very horrific.
For sure.
It introduces so many characters in the dark magic and how it actually happens in the DC.
Sure.
That's, like, perfect for me.
Nice.
Like, it's not my Swamp Thing.
But
they introduced Blue Devil, so...
But it works.
It works.
Yeah.
It's good for those people who really like horror, and it's also really good for the origin story.
Yeah, I just wish that they would have... They cast off-type for Abby Arcane.
Yeah.
You know, that was my only complaint.
She's not my favorite.
Mm-mm. But I liked that they had Jennifer Beal in it. Because she's amazing in anything. Like, I'll watch her in anything. And then, but I really hated the one guy. Like, the old man.
Description.
The old man that he and his wife are married.
Oh.
And Abby, like, something happened and her daughter died and Abby wasn't there for her. The big magnate guy.
Oh, yeah. Avery.
I don't like that actor. I don't like how he plays the role.
I don't either, but he gets his comeuppance.
I'm sure he does. But, yeah, I just don't like the way I don't like how he acts. He doesn't, like, his face looks like a badly, like, and it's petty for me to, like, be like this, but I'm like, he looks like a bad wax casting of the actor that portrays that person. You know what I mean?
Think of it that way, but yeah.
Because he's always got this, like, weird, frozen Eddie Vedder half mouthful of vocals from, 94 freeze frame on his face. He's all like... Are you waiting for the times to get back to right now?
No. So there was a controversial situation that Dwight told me about the other day about weddings and whatever. It's weird. And he just filled me in on the dates and the details. And I was like, thanks. Because that's important.
Yeah. Okay.
My bad.
Fucking Dwight.
All hours of the night.
What?
He will text you. I have learned over the last couple months that people don't understand boundaries sometimes.
I could see Dwight being one of those people.
Him and a couple of our regulars who will go out onto my personal, like, Facebook, Instagram, and will text me at like 3 in the morning and be like, hey, I'm missing this. I was like,
You're missing what?
dude, I don't care about your missing comics right now. I'm trying to sleep.
Yeah, right? That's hilarious.
Or binge watching something. I mean, it's 3 a.m.
Yeah. Oh, man. Have you finished watching The Boys yet?
No.
I'm up to episode 4. It's really good.
I hear it's like panel for panel.
I don't know about that because I never read the comic, but it's really fucking good.
My favorite is when you run into people who are like, The Boys is awesome. You're like, yeah, it's a comic. And they're like, it was what?
Yeah. Well, it's like Stumptown. Like the other day when I came into the shop and I saw you had the graphic novel in the back room, and I was like, oh, that's a comic? Because Kobe Smulders is now in the TV show. And that was a Warren Ellis book too, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll be interested to see how that's going to...
I completely forgot she got casted for that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What was the last thing she was in?
Endgame?
She was in Endgame?
She was in Endgame.
I must have missed her.
Yeah, she wasn't in it for very long. She was definitely in the funeral scene for sure. Spoilers!
Oh, yeah. I still haven't rewatched it yet.
I haven't either. It's like 3 hours, man.
Exactly.
Like, once my kids stop being squirrely and I'll actually sit down through it, we can watch them all. But like right now, because I was thinking about it. What was I? Because I need to rewatch that. I'd like to rewatch Captain Marvel.
Mm-hmm.
You know, God, even Infinity War. I think I only watched it once or twice, maybe at the most twice.
I've recently watched Infinity War at the store
Mm-hmm.
because it was slow.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, yeah. And then you see all those Easter eggs from Endgame, and you're like, oh, that did exist.
Right.
Of course it did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because come on, they're weaving a tapestry there. But like now with all this Spidey shit, for those who don't know, Sony and Marvel have parted ways yet again.
But Tom Holland says it's going to be okay.
Yeah, well, Tom Holland doesn't know. You know why it's going to be okay? Because he's not going to have anybody to yell at him for spoiling everything.
They're all fucked.
Yeah. I don't know how they're going to retcon all this.
Mm-mm.
Oh, that was from a pocket dimension. Because that was the whole heart of those two movies, was his relationship with Tony Stark.
Yeah.
You know?
And what was it? What was the last one named? Far From Home?
Oh, it was so good.
It's just
Loved
like, you're like, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
You breaking this is going to lose that whole, your cash cow.
Well, the continuity, and like, yeah, you know what? Marvel asked for half.
Okay.
You're still going to make $500 million. It's like, get your heads out of your asses, Sony. Like, seriously.
I mean, they just want to be in control.
I get it, but, I mean, come on. Venom might have made $800 million worldwide, but it still wasn't very good.
Venom sucked.
Yeah, it made $800 million worldwide. That's why they're making a sequel.
It doesn't need one. We're good.
Unless they were able to
I'm
bring
okay.
Spidey into it.
Unless that's what the big deal is like Sony's like, we need Spider-Man for us. And
Well,
it's
he
like,
could still be for that.
if you're contracted with 2 people,
Yeah.
you're good.
Yeah, because who they got? Not even Happy. They got Spider-Man, the Tom Holland and Marissa Tomei.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe Zendaya.
Mm-hmm.
And the kid who played his buddy.
Yeah.
So, because I thought he was like signed on to do like 4 or 5 more Marvel movies as well.
Yeah.
Unless they're gonna play it off like they played off Scarlet Witch and or Quicksilver, and just have them exist in 2 separate worlds, and they don't really talk about it. We're like, yeah, I know we killed him off in this one movie, but he's still around in this other one.
I just got off my foot. That made me taller.
Gotcha.
Short.
Short people problems.
5 foot on a good day.
Short people have no reason to live.
Thanks.
Sorry. Oh, man. Dude, I was just reading something as I was putting the boy down, and I'm like, oh, I gotta remember this because this will be something fun to talk about. Sarah, did you see the? You're a big Potter person, yes?
Yes.
Did you see the cryptic tweet?
That Radcliffe did?
No, that J.K. Rowling did.
Oh, that one.
Yeah.
How it's all coming back.
Yeah. And there's a possible, like, another sequel on the way of some time. Could be tied into The Cursed Child, could not be tied into The Cursed Child. They say it's not a movie, but I don't know if she's taking the play and adapting it into a book.
Well, which is strange to me because I'm a huge Potter fan. Love everything that happened. I love Fantastic Beasts, and that's very controversial. So people are like...
We tried to watch it last night, and it was just... It didn't feel Pottery.
It doesn't. But what I prefer to Fantastic Beasts right now is you're in the wizarding world.
Sure.
Like, they're jumping around. They're going from place to place. You're seeing
right.
wizards in, like, real world things,
sure.
scenarios, destroying things. You don't see that in the Harry Potter movies.
No, that's a good point. Well, like, and I'm watching it, and I'm like, all this crap is because homie brought a bunch of shit over here he shouldn't have brought over here.
Well, it wasn't all his fault. The Obscura was already in New York.
I didn't watch that deep into it.
Yeah. He actually didn't mess up New York.
Really? Okay. Gotcha. Yeah, I was just watching it, and my wife's like, this is really weird. I'm like...
It's different.
Yeah.
But I like it, because you get... I have a lot of friends who are huge Harry Potter fans.
Sure.
Like, we've gone to Universal Studios. We've done the whole Harry Potter experience. It does get tiring. You get tired of hearing people fight over what house they're in or how great they are and whatever.
Oh, I'm so Slytherin. You know it's fictional, right?
Yeah.
How about you go to fucking college instead of Applebee's?
I mean...
You know what? Even go to trade school. I don't give a shit. You're from House UTI. Not urinary tract infection.
The first thing
Universal Technical Institute.
Meh, they probably get that joke a lot.
Mm-hmm. That is a big-ass Mike's Hard Lemonade.
What's funny is...
Is Deadpool on it?
No.
Because you did that whole cross-promotion.
I know.
I'm sure you have cans somewhere.
I do. You know, collector in me gotta have certain things.
At least one or two of them, for sure.
For sure. I'm trying to think. Did you read Curse of the White Knight?
I've read both issues that have come out so far.
Okay.
And they're fantastic.
It's very...
I don't know what the hell's going on at this point. I'm glad that I reread The White Knight before going back and rereading issue 1 and 2. Because it kind of makes a little bit more sense.
A little bit, but it's still its own story.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. You don't know where the Joker is really on this one, because like in White Knight, he was all like, God, White Knight was such a good story. Fuck you, John. It's great.
I was just about to say that.
Yeah, dude. It was excellent.
It's not boring.
Dude, seriously, you get Batman as the villain?
That rarely happens.
Yeah. Yeah, unless he's like going apeshit or something. But what I'm really excited to see is, since John Paul Valley is in this, I'm excited to see how Sean Gordon Murphy is going to redesign the Azrael Batman suit. God, I hope he does the Azrael Batman suit.
He's got to.
He has to.
Why wouldn't he?
I don't know. It'd be a bad choice if he hadn't.
Excuse me.
It would be a very bad choice for him to not do it.
A lot of people will be disappointed.
Yeah. SGM, get on that. Not like you listen to this crappy little podcast.
Watch, he's secretly your biggest fan.
Seriously. I met him. He was really nice. He was a super nice guy.
I've heard he's a nice guy.
Yeah.
You know who's the biggest ham? Zachary Levi.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah, because you met him did you meet him at the... No, because you guys kind of shared a glance.
We shared a glance and a hand wave, and he is definitely a big kid. Mm-hmm. Now you know why they casted him as Shazam.
Yeah, I mean, I finally got back to watching Shazam without Grayson around, so he doesn't have a heart attack. And it's good. It's fun.
Yeah.
But do you listen to Fat Man Beyond at all? I agree with Mark Bernardin. The attitude of the kid Billy Batson and Zachary Levi, like, I can't believe that the one is the other.
It's true. They're not the same
No,
personality.
it's a very different personality. Like, Zachary Levi plays him as this big, bright, hey, I'm like, Superman. I'm just this Boy Scout kind of kid. Very innocent. Hey, let's get some beer because that'll be fun. Oh, this tastes like garbage. And the
Yeah.
other kid's just kind of sullen and sulky and emo and smartassy and not what Shazam is at all.
Yeah. Because I grew up on the Shazam in the Justice League animated series.
Sure.
Like, that was where you saw Captain Marvel, Shazam.
Yeah.
And he was a big kid.
Mm-hmm.
Same through and through. And then, you watch Shazam and you're like, not the same. My ears are small.
Oh.
So every so often.
An ear pod just popped out of her ear.
Yeah. Every so often that'll happen.
That's funny.
I buy children's-sized earbuds.
That's hilarious.
Small person problem.
Yeah. You're like, I know this is rock candy. Do you have pebble candy?
Is it when the Harry Potter shoes launched?
Mm-hmm.
I was not spending $50 or $95 on adult shoes, so I took the half price kids shoes at and I'm not even wearing the biggest size in kids shoes.
Oh my god.
So
that's funny. Grayson, we finally moved him into size 1 after children's 13. I'm like, why don't you just keep going up? Why do you have to reboot it at 13? Like, for the love of God.
Everything needs a good reboot.
Oh, even your shoes. I'm so mad. Now we're getting to the point where we have no clothes to fit him. So we're he grew 2 sizes this summer.
Jesus.
Yeah, he's fucking huge, dude. He's almost 60 pounds. Yeah.
He's gonna be bigger than me soon.
He's gonna be bigger than me soon. Well, no, he's not. He's got a ways to go. But nonetheless, at some point, he's gonna be fucking bumpy.
Was it Bruce is 3 and he's 40 some odd pounds,
Mm-hmm.
and I can't carry him because his legs dangle between mine, and it's just a hazard.
That's funny.
I'm like,
Yeah. And Bobby's pushing 40 right now, and he'll be 3 in November. God, these big children.
Right.
Yeah. So, but so yeah.
Yuck.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Last night I found myself I was just getting some stuff together for work. I was up fucking late last night just preparing for today. And I was looking at, I was just trying to find something to watch on on Hulu or Netflix. I couldn't find shit to watch. I tried to start, are you a Dark Crystal fan?
Yes, I haven't started it yet.
Okay. I started watching it and then I was like, I couldn't give a shit. It's not a bad thing. Whatever, if you're into it, that's cool. But I literally got 20 minutes into the first episode, and I'm like,
that's sad.
Do I want to? I mean, I'm not that deep into the whole lore of things, so I'm just all right, I guess that's cool. All right, that's awesome. Shit.
Was it? I had one of those nights not that long ago, and I ended up watching a show called Border Security.
Okay.
And it was literally a show of people trying to smuggle things into the United States.
That's amazing.
And I'm sitting there, and I'm that person who's like, I think I can smuggle things in.
Right. Well, we came back from Colorado, and oh man, it was so funny. Hold on. All right, stop playing with your phone, Reuben. So, since we were out...
Did we just talk about that, how we need to take screen time away?
Yeah, and here I am, ignore 15 minutes. Anyway, so I get out there, and the last night I'm there, I finally get a chance to escape to a dispensary.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I may have told you about this in the store.
You did.
So, I got a couple gummies, and they gave me, a $2 joint. You're like, hey, here you go. Welcome to free Happy Weed Land. And it was dirt cheap. And I got, I ate one of the gummies that night, and I smoked a part of the joint, and I was just fine. I was in Mars. And I put it back in the tube, and I'm like, I bet I could get through with this. And then I thought against it, but my wife's got TSA pre-check.
Mm-hmm.
So we all got TSA pre-check.
Oh, yeah.
And you don't have to go through those stupid scanners. You can just go through the metal detector.
Mm-hmm.
It's like traveling 20 years ago. God, fucking assholes fucked everything up. Anyway. Yeah. So, have you read It?
The book?
Yes.
Yes.
Dude.
Did you just read this?
I am 2 hours away from being complete with it. Because I'm listening to it on audiobook.
Okay. I was like, how do you know you're 2 hours? Do you know your time-speed ratio to
Yes,
average of finishing?
I do, actually. No, it's because it's a 40-section book. Like, it was on 40 CDs.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. I've had to check it out from the library 3 times to get through it. Legit.
I read it like 10 years ago for a school project.
Really?
Yeah.
It is.
It's that was gross.
Meh. It's really good.
It is.
It's really good. But some points I'm just like, dude, Steve.
It's messed up.
What are you doing here?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm like, because the biggest problem about reading this particular book is that it jumps back and forth in time.
Yes.
And listening to it in an audiobook, sometimes you don't catch the transition in mid-chapter.
Yeah.
So you're like, then they do this, and then they do that, and then, what is it, one kid's name Steve, the one that died, that committed suicide at the beginning of it?
Mm-hmm.
They start talking about him. I'm like, oh, he's still alive. They're in the past. And then next thing you know, they're like, and then he was doing this. I'm like, okay, we're back in the future now. Can you please just be like, because they'll tell you, Section 2, Chapter 1, dairy. You know?
Yeah.
But like, most of the time when King or anybody else is like splitting a section, they'll have like the little asterisks there. Nothing. Homie just reads it like, yep, this is what's going on. Fuck you, figure it out. You know?
It's just poor recording.
Yeah, they didn't. Because I've listened to a couple of his books so far. Like, I just got done listening to The Drawing of the Three. Because I'm in this big Stephen King thing right now.
Clearly.
But I'm going through the Dark Tower series because that's one of my favorite series of all time.
Yeah.
Have you read it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's so good. I love it so much. I even love the movie, which everybody hated.
The movie's
It wasn't that bad. Dude.
I am very much, me and my mom are in the same point where it's like, we love the books better. And if you read the book first, you've corrected yourself for the movie. Or like one or the other.
But like, the movie takes place outside of the books. Like, it takes place right after book 7.
It's true.
You know, but they didn't really go on to explain that in the movie.
Yeah.
You know, the only real like finger he had pointing to it was like he had the Horn of Eld. Mm-hmm. You know, and that was like one of the only things that then he had his fingers back.
Yeah.
But it was for what it was. Like, you can't just condense an entire...
No, you can't. It's like that's why it's in 2 parts.
Oh, and they did well to do it in the 2 parts.
Which I'm jealous because Chad got
fucking Chad.
Super early screening to it, and I was like, take me with you.
I know, and he's like, oh, I didn't get your text until yesterday. Fucking Chad.
Chad.
Yeah, did he give a good review for it?
I have no idea.
Really?
He's such a strange person because he'll text you and send you these random things, and then when you text him, like, hey, how was the movie? How was this? And he's like, radio silence. And you're like, Chad, this is important.
Right. Am I going to drop $9 or am I not going to drop $9?
Right.
That's funny.
I didn't even see the first one in theaters.
I didn't either. I bought it on digital before I even saw it. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna like it, so I'm just gonna buy it. Right. I did that with Brightburn.
I heard you saw that.
So good.
Because Dwight's like, yeah, he's like talking about Brightburn, and I can get one less. I was like,
Dwight is just...
He's a movie and food snob.
He is a thief of joy when it comes to movies.
Everything. There's times. So on Tuesdays we do the polls.
Yep.
And we'll be excited about something. I'm relatively excited for the new Harleen Black Label book.
Sure.
Just to see what they're going to do with it.
Mm-hmm. Who's writing it?
Oh, was it Azzarello? No.
God, I hope not. Azzarello hates women.
Well, isn't he writing the new Birds of Prey?
I don't know.
I can't remember. I ordered that shit already. Everyone's like, hey, when's this coming out? I was like, oh, I ordered that like 3 months ago.
Did you see the weird teaser trailer for Birds of Prey? Which was really not a whole lot of information at all. You just got to see. You got to see Harley's new costume, which is weird.
Which, fun fact, I'm good friends.
Yes, we know you're good friends.
Who designed all the costumes. Mm-hmm. Who I'm trying still kind of get me canary jacket. Christmas is coming, sure as I.
Let's see, Harley DC Black Label. I'm pulling it up now.
Good, because I was going to look it up in a second if you didn't.
Written and illustrated by, oh god, this dude.
Is someone terrible?
No, Stepan Stajic. I don't know how to pronounce his name. It looks very Icelandic. Written and illustrated by the same dude. He also did Aquaman Underworld and Suicide Squad.
Okay, Aquaman Underworld wasn't terrible.
Okay.
But he's like, he turns around and goes, well, that's going to suck. I'm like,
who said that?
Dwight. I was like, I'll get you back for this.
Right. Like, what do you love? Let me shit on that.
James Bond.
Ugh.
And Star Trek.
Oh, they got a long-haired Joker? I don't know how I feel about that.
What is it? That's coming out. There's a
Joker
book.
move. Oh, really?
There's a full Joker book. John Carpenter's also involved on a Joker book.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That's got some potential to be interesting. Usually it's me burping into the mic, so it's all good.
Yeah. Once, I do it all the time. Like, at the store, I'll drink soda, and I'll just be in the back, and everyone's like, is it Dwight? I was like,
yeah. You should have been like, yes, he's got a problem.
But if they're good, I lay claim to it.
What is it? Belch and taste it, then fart and waste it?
It's true. But yeah, if you want to shit on them, do it. Definitely James Bond and Star Trek.
See, like, I didn't like James Bond really until Daniel Craig made James Bond a badass.
I like Daniel Craig and James Bond.
As did I.
I didn't care for the last movie they did. What was that one?
Not Skyfall.
No, I like Skyfall. I know that.
Was it, not Quantum of Solace?
No.
I have a friend of mine from high school that was in that.
Shit, what's the name of that movie?
Solaris? No.
No. Terrible.
Why do I have the power of the internet right at my fingertips? I'm being an asshole and be like, I don't know what it is.
We'll think of it eventually.
Yeah, right. Daniel Craig. Alright, here we go. I got my IMDb skills going.
Because it was supposed to be like his retiring.
Right. From doing those type of roles. And then I thought like Liam Neeson was supposed to stop doing action movies. He was tired of doing action movies. He wanted to do more like romance and art films again. And now it's like, you know, the Transporter number 75. Yeah. Like he's taking the spot of Jason Statham. Oh, what the fuck? What was I just looking up?
James Bond, yeah. Daniel Craig, last movie. Probably not in that order. Nice catch.
I have those every now and again. Alright, I don't care with all you stupid ads. God damn it. It's going to be one of those that I'm going to be like, oh, that's it. God damn it, I'm stupid.
Right.
Spectre.
Ah, motherfucker.
Yeah, but no, my friend Stana Kotick was in Quantum of Solace. Quantum of Solace, yeah.
That's
Quantum of Solace. But yeah, because she's also in, what's the other one? She was in Beckett. Castle. She played Beckett in Castle.
Okay.
Yeah, I went to high school with her.
That's cool.
New American Horror Story starts.
Oh, yeah.
1984.
I was super bored of the first season of American Horror Story.
At the Murder House?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
I found it not thrilling, and I fell asleep during most episodes.
Really?
I don't know why.
I think they, with the first season, much like with the hotel season, they tried to, like, really crank on the ghost sexiness.
Yeah, but it didn't work. It was boring.
Yeah. Well, I mean, for the first season, though, I mean, it was at least compelling enough to keep it going. Because really the only season that I didn't care for was the Coven series. Yeah. I didn't care for that one. And then the last one, the Apocalypse, or...
was that Gaga season?
No, that was the season after Gaga. That was she was in Hotel.
Oh, that's right.
But Apocalypse is where they're all in an underground bunker. I still think I have like the last 2 episodes on my DVR. I just couldn't even get through it. I'm like, ugh. But I really liked. Do you want a book to sit on?
Don't tempt me. I also can't. I'm that person who can't sit properly
Sit
in
still.
a chair. I'm like a toddler.
Yeah, that happens when you're around them for too much.
You would not slow down today.
Oh, that's the new name of the Bond.
Is it the one with the female?
No Time to Die. No. Maybe?
Because the new Bond, isn't it a female?
Yeah, they were going to cast a woman as 007 because he's walking away from being James Bond 007.
But he's in the movie.
But he's in the movie. Yeah, Ana de Armas. See, now, that would be alright by me. Give 007 to a woman, let her just bang a bunch of dudes. You know, let her be, like, suave.
I'm down. But you know, people are going to be like, she's a whore.
Yeah, right?
But when 007 does it, it's okay.
Oh, he's so smooth. So yeah, back to it. Some of the stuff in the book, I'm just like, I cringe.
Mm-hmm.
It's way, like, uncomfortable. Like, and I understand, it's of the time that it was written. I get it. It was written in 84, 85, somewhere in there. But, like, the guy that's reading it makes it even cringeworthier.
Who's reading it?
I don't know the dude's name. He's not bad. He's not bad. He's actually a pretty decent, like, book actor guy. Like, from what I've heard so far of the books that I've been reading or listening to. But like when Richie starts doing all of his impressions, and he does like what they keep calling the quote pickaninny voice, and I'm just like, oh, that makes me sad inside. Like, I'm getting uncomfortable, and I am so like not like that's so wrong. I mean, but it's one of those.
But that's what's funny about it, because you're very much like, you make people cringe sometimes.
I know,
and
I
you're
love
just
it.
like, for you to cringe at something, it's entertaining.
Yeah, it's just like, ooh.
Too far.
Yeah, there's a weird line, and you just crossed it. And it's not like, you know, whatever. It's not awful, but at the same time, I'm just like, ugh. And then I'm like, these are children he's writing about. Especially, like, right after they kill Pennywise as kids. And I'm like, what is she doing? Why is he writing about this? This is gross, and I don't understand why.
But it's funny you bring it up, because it's like kids killing and whatnot.
Yeah.
Hunger Games. Kids killed each other.
Oh, yeah. Well, Battle Royale. Same movie.
Yeah.
Battle Royale was actually a little better, but just saying.
I mean,
well, I mean, I think it was Korean or Japanese. I think Battle Royale was Japanese.
I think it was too.
They don't give a fuck.
They don't.
But, like, obviously, like, so, like, there's no way that they're going to be able to film that particular ending.
No.
And I don't even remember in the movie, the most recent one, them ending Pennywise. I remember them, they go to, like, the underground area. They see the weird webbing thing with all the bodies. I don't remember much after that. Then they're, like, outside making their blood pact.
Yeah. But, I mean, realistically, if you killed Pennywise in the first movie, why make a second?
No, I get it. Well, like, I know that he's going to get away. I just don't recall them doing it.
I don't either.
I've
only seen it once.
Yeah, I've seen it a couple times, but still, it's not anything that's, like, lingering. I'm like, damn, that was wild. You know, so I still have, like, 2 hours of book left to listen to. I'm like, this is taking so fucking long.
Welcome to Stephen King.
Oh, I know, and I've read, don't get me wrong, I've read a lot of Stephen King. I'm just going back to the well, you know, especially now with audiobooks, and it seems like all the podcasts I listen to are on kind of a weird end of summer hiatus. So I'm just like kind of, including this one that you're listening to right now, because I'm fucking lazy and crazy busy with children.
You're also gone for almost a month.
Yeah, I was gone for 2 months 2 weeks in Michigan, and then I went to Colorado for a little over a week. So yeah, it kind of puts a damper on getting episodes out.
Well, I know this because your pile backed up.
Well, yeah, but that's why I took X-Lax.
I mean, whatever helps.
Yeah.
There's also catnip tea if you want something more.
Really?
Yeah. So catnip is actually a leafy tea.
Really?
Yes.
Interesting. You learn something new every day.
You do. I learned it at a tea shop like 4 years ago.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
And then I ended up, which is funny, I circled back around because I had a conversation with a regular last night about catnip tea.
Really?
Yes. It was strange. I was like, why is this a thing? And Dwight's sitting there. I was like, no, I have catnip tea at home.
Yeah, and he probably got it. Yeah, but Dwight probably got it at some weird apothecary in the middle of fucking nowhere because that just seems like a very Dwight thing to do.
Oh, yeah. Dwight has an interesting, like, how this happened kind of scenario.
Yeah, like, I want to just pick his brain one day.
No, you don't.
I don't know how we would untangle most of it, but, it'd be worth a shot.
We had a conversation about crazy exes in the past,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, dude. He still has one that stalks him, and I was like, dude, you should have cut that cord before I got serious. Yep. Oh, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I'm recording again. Like, really?
Yeah. We talk about our stalkers and the crazy people who hang around sometimes. And
My fucking Reuben, he is such an asshole.
tell me about it.
That's crazy. Dude, did you read Deceased? Oh.
Really?
Dude. So good.
Okay. It is my new favorite book.
Mm-hmm.
Well, obvious reasons. Black Canary becomes a Green Arrow.
Green Lantern.
Green Lantern, Green Arrow. I've been drinking.
You've had a few drinks from your can.
It's almost empty. I may have partaken prior to.
Hey, man. No judgment zone here.
I mean, it's been a long couple weeks.
Yeah, buddy. What is this one? All right, so Tom brought these over last week. They are Dragon's Milk, Maple Oak, Bourbon, and Maple Syrup Barrel-Aged Stout. And they're delicious.
That made my pancreas hurt.
Oh, I know. And me too, and it's lovely. So, yeah.
So, Deceased.
Deceased.
Her becoming a lantern is so good. But nuking Metropolis?
Yeah, I missed that part.
Seriously, it's the end of the 4th book.
Yeah, I know. And like when I read, do I have the 4th book?
You should.
I don't know. You guys keep fucking up my pulse.
I do not.
Really?
I pull your shit.
You're like, look, I'll pull next week's books the week following. Haha, let's talk about some shit.
No, I do try to make sure you have, like, Red Sonja, and because Red Sonja keeps changing the numbers.
Mm-hmm. They keep rebooting back to 1.
Or
and then they have, like,
collabed.
some... Well, it's weird because, like, Red Sonja has been that book where Dynamite just throws out one-shots every now and again.
Oh, yeah.
And, like, for a while there, they were doing, like, a one-shot. It seemed like every other month, like 5-6 years ago. Like, oh, it's another one-shot. Oh, it's another one-shot. Like,
oh, yeah.
And I didn't even know the character was that viable to carry on that much of a following still.
There's only 3 people in the store who even get a pulled.
Yeah, and I'm 1 and 2. So, but yeah, and then like now she's teaming up with Vampirella. I don't read the books. I just pick them up for my father-in-law. And I know at some point they're going to get willed back to me. So
whatever.
Yeah.
What is it? She's teamed up with Vampironica and then Betty and Veronica.
Betty and Veronica. Like they did that weird Archie crossover.
Yeah.
Which I still need one issue from.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. But the newest, like, subset part 2 part story of Deceased came out this last week.
Mm-hmm.
Deceased, A Good Day to Die. It's in your pile because I made sure you got the Deceasing cover.
Okay, so is that a one-shot?
No, it's going to be 2 comics, and it involves, what's weird is Mr. Miracle comes back from Apocalypse.
Yeah, I read it. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
And then they kill him like 2 pages later.
Yeah.
Because like he and Barda had that, like, I love those two. I
love
that Tom King brought him in for this book. And, like, I was like, oh, they're here. Read. And they're zombies.
Mm-hmm. But, like, Booster's now gone.
Yeah, Blue Beetle's gone.
Blue Beetle's gone.
Batman's gone.
And, of course, Constantine, of course, has to show up.
But then he fucks off because he's an asshole.
And it's Constantine.
Yeah.
I'm just interested in where it's going to keep going. Because it's really good.
Well, yeah, Tom King's writing it. Of course it's real good.
Everyone's mad at him, though, for Batman 77.
Batman 77. I haven't read Batman 77 yet.
Seriously? You haven't heard any of the spoilers for it?
No. Shut your fucking whore mouth. Like, that's my stack of shit I have yet to read. Yes, that's Thor 13 on the front there. Okay.
It's okay. I binge read last night. Like, I finished parts of Tokyo Ghost, Batman Curse of the White Knight, and then Deceased.
Mm-hmm.
And everything to make sure, because I knew it was like something we might talk about today. I was like, I need to be reading.
No, Tokyo Ghost was so good.
I can't believe it took me so long to read it.
I know.
I'm so disappointed in myself.
Yeah, I wouldn't have read it if my buddy Eli hadn't have told me about it.
Well, and then, so I finished the first trade. I haven't gotten to the second one yet. Because distractions.
Sure.
I work in a comic book store, and everyone wants you to read what they bring in, and you're like,
right.
I can't read everything.
Seriously, why not? You got nothing. You don't do anything. We should sit here.
Yogi.
I also order all your dumb books and put all your dumb books aside for you. Stupid.
Tuesdays, I had someone call me out for this, because Tuesdays I don't really text or anything, because I'm so busy doing inventory, getting the new stuff in. They're like, you don't talk on Tuesdays. It's like, dude, it's not like a store where you do inventory and stuff once a month. You're doing it every freaking week. Back your truck up. I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Right, seriously. I've been working there for how long?
Yeah, you're just now catching on?
Right.
It takes me a month to do previews. From
Really?
the time it comes in to the time it's like... Because people aren't going to order, like, cases of figures and stuff. They want, like, the one figure if you can get it in.
Right, but in some of those, like... You know, I used to know of a few toy collectors, and it was like, gotta get to Toys R Us right when they open. Right when that box opens up off the back of the truck.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not wasting my time. I got better things to do.
And what's funny is toy stores will get mixed cases. I can get every figure in a case. So those ones that people are, like, hunting down, I've sold out of a case of stuff because I can get that single one they're looking for in a separate case.
That's crazy.
It's like, come to me. Spend your money.
It's up in my car. I gotta bring it in. I finally got my Ms. Marvel pop.
Did you really?
From Osco. Or not from Osco, from Walgreens. It was a Walgreens exclusive. But the box is fucked up. The back of the box is kind of, like, warbly.
Well, how do you feel about your pops, though? Okay. Clearly you keep them in box.
Well, I mean, you know, those aren't for the kids. I'm not one of those guys that's all like, they have to be pristine in the box. I can't touch them or look at them. But, like, you know, when you kind of got to go and you kind of leave it.
I like how there's a lion cat back there.
Yes. Yes, there is. And I actually paid for the lion cat.
I'm sorry.
Well, it was before I realized the debacle of the lion cat.
Yeah, we have 2 left in the store, and I strategically placed them to stare at Dwight.
And I bet he's blissfully unaware.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Sometimes.
hilarious.
I was also that jerk. I worked in a scouting program. I worked with guys. We used to prank each other all the time.
Sure.
So at one point when we were at the store behind the Dunkin', we got in someone's, like, Annabelle doll. And they were out of town for, like, a month. And I was like, oh, this is perfect. It creeped the Chad and Dwight out so much they would turn the box around.
That's hilarious.
I would turn it back around when I closed by myself and move it just a little bit each time. And it would freak them
gaslighting
out.
them. That's amazing. That's awesome.
Because I'm like, yeah. And then Chad tried to get me back and then pranked himself in the process.
Did he really?
Yeah. So he put a piece of tape under the mouse so I wouldn't be able to use the mouse.
Sure.
But joke was on him because he, like, did it and then used the computer next instead of me. Because I was like, hey, Chad, can you ring up so-and-so? And he's like, yeah, but the mouse isn't working. I was like, well, try replugging it back in or whatever. He's like, he looks at me, he's like, oh, that's right. I was like, what? He's like, I put tape on it so I could try to prank you. I was like, good job, Chad.
Oh, fucking Chad.
That boy.
That guy. I actually missed the guy. I haven't seen him in forever.
He's working at Mod Pizza?
Okay, Dwight was like, we couldn't figure out which pizza place it was.
He loves mods.
He's like,
so I'm
yeah,
not
it's one of those places where, like, you know, they do all the work, but they don't actually cook it for you. That was basically Dwight's description of the place.
I don't think he's ever been there.
Yeah. Because it's a take and bake place, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. But I'm like, they're kind of doing the hard part. I mean, I've made a few pizzas in my day. I worked at several pizza places, you know.
But, I mean, it's work.
Yeah. Hey, it's a job. It's not
That's
working
true.
for the police department, but...
You know.
Oh,
Poor Chad.
poor Chad. Well, you know, that's what he gets.
I mean...
For trusting the police department.
It's true.
So, yeah, Deceased was good. I grabbed that out. I had to read that one.
It's top of my list. It is right now the top selling book of DC every month.
Is it really?
Mm-hmm. Especially the movie covers.
Movie covers?
So the Deceasening, so cover like 5 or whatever,
Yeah.
are all the movies. So I've been making sure to
So,
those
okay,
books.
so number 5 is the one that just came out Tuesday.
Technically, it's the number 1. It's a short story. Of course, they labeled it as a number 1.
I don't have the cognitive capacity to deal with this right now.
Welcome to my everyday.
They're walking into Marvel territory on this one.
Don't even get me fucking started.
Come on, Marvel 1000 was a breakthrough about their entire line.
Spawn 300 sold better than Marvel 1000.
Well, yeah, because Spawn 300's been working towards something. They just threw an arbitrary number on the cover of a magazine and said, hey, look, we got 19 covers of it.
Did you flip through it?
No, I didn't. Is it awful?
Every character of importance gets 1 page.
Really?
That's
How many pages did Deadpool, Wolverine, and Gwenpool get?
1 each.
Really?
Everyone got 1.
Well, at least they gave everybody equal.
I'm surprised because with Spider-Man and Stan Lee dying, that like Spidey didn't get more of a feature.
I mean, but Stan created 90% of those characters.
But everyone just remembers him from Spider-Man, which drives me up a fucking wall.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because like hearing Kevin Smith talk, he had interviewed them for some time capsule type video. It was before Stan and his wife both passed away.
Which was sad.
Yeah, and it was one of those where he was like, he said that, Stan's wife was like, Spider-Man, Spider-Man, Spider-Man. Everybody wants to talk about the comics, but the man was a poet. He was just a wonderful writer, yada, yada, yada. But all they remember him for is the comic books. I'm like, well, because he only gave you stuff that he fucking wrote. Come on. But, it's cool. Whatever. I ain't mad at her. She was 144 when she died.
I mean, that's impressive.
Right. I mean, Moses wasn't even that big, so.
But I mean, yeah, I get tired of when those, like, Marvel movie fanboys come in. It's like, oh, it's so sad. It's like, what have you read?
Yeah, right? Yeah. But they announced Ms. Marvel.
I know.
And who are they trying to say that should play Ms. Marvel? America Ferrera.
Yes.
No.
No.
I'm sorry. Like, America Ferrera could play America. The other Marvel female Latina character who also happens to be lesbian. I've got number 1 of that. The Hamilton variant cover.
Not surprised.
Of course. But,
this is my shocked face.
Yeah, right. I also have it CGC'd.
Again, shocked.
Shocked face. But, like, I don't see it. Like, you can't, I'm sorry. Like, people bitch because they take a dude and he performs a trans woman's role. And they're like, they should give that to a trans woman. And now everybody's like, oh, yeah, Kamala Khan should be played by America Ferrera. I'm like, Pakistani American versus a Honduran American. I understand that they're brown white people. I get it. It's not the same type of brown.
I know.
Like the Middle East and and Muslims, they need this hero. They need this win. Let them have it. And I'm usually not that one that's been like, oh well, let the person of X play X's role. You know, I'm usually one that's like, give it to the best actor for the part. Like when the big controversy in Doctor Strange over Tilda Swinton playing the Ancient One.
Yeah.
I'm like, who cares? She's not playing it like Mickey Rooney played that Asian dude in Breakfast at Tiffany's. It's not like you're not dishonoring the role. Oh, but I gave it to a white person. She's a woman. I mean, come on.
But no one talks about the Fantastic Four siblings being two different colors.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you mean Iron Man and
yeah.
and Jessica Alba? And nobody also talks about that horrific hairdo they gave her.
Oh, that poor.
That's what I ended up watching last night. Was Jane Silent Bob Strike Back?
Of course it was.
Yeah, I love that movie. It's so fun. It was on Netflix. Have you watched it?
Yes.
Have you seen it? Okay.
Yes. I'm not Dwight.
Okay. No, just the way that you said that. I know you do. It was that patronizing kind of like.
But it was one of those. I think every time. Recently, you've been into the store. We've quoted it, and Dwight has no idea what we're talking about.
Yeah. Well, look. At least we finally got him to see Pulp Fiction.
Oh my god.
It was only 25 years in the making.
He was so proud of himself.
I know. I walked in and I swear to God he was patting himself on the back as I walked into the door of the store.
But it's amazing how many movies he hasn't seen.
Oh, no, I know. Like that. Did you see the thing on Facebook?
I am blacker than him.
I am blacker than him.
Like,
yeah.
Because we were talking about it on lunch on Tuesday. I was like, yeah, I've seen like a bunch of these, like 20 of them. And
I saw,
like, what?
I saw 28 of them. I've seen 28 of them, or whatever. So what we're talking about is Dwight posted a list of African American led movies.
Yeah.
And Dwight's like, I've seen 11. I'm like, bitch, I've seen 28. I'm blacker than you are.
9.
Something. It was pathetic.
Yeah, it was.
Like, it's like, does he just watch Westerns? Like, is that all he watches? I have a feeling Dwight is very much a Western fan.
He is. That and... What else does he watch? He's very much stuck in when he likes something, that's what he's going to do.
So he's that person that said, all right, well, I'm 17, this is the music I listen to, and it's all I'm going to listen to ever for the rest of my life.
He's not one for change.
It's funny. I got Kill Bill 2 in my car. For whatever reason. I don't know how it ended up in my car. It's in my car. And Bobby grabbed it. He's like, Daddy, we watched this. I'm like, you are not watching Kill Bill 2.
I was, before this, when I was trying to get Bruce down, I had Scott Pilgrim on.
Oh, nice.
And he's like, superheroes? I was like, sure.
But Scott Pilgrim is pretty, like, it's not.
It's not bad. It's not like he can't be around while I'm watching it.
Right.
It was one of those like,
yeah. Well, it was funny. I bought these, have you ever seen these big-ass books? You can get them at, like, Meyer and whatnot, but it's like 5 minutes blankety-blank stories.
Yes.
5 minute Star Wars stories, 5 minutes Marvel stories, 5 minute, like, princess stories, yada, yada, yada.
You have the Batman and Cars one?
Yeah, I got Grayson the 5 minute Star Wars stories. So, like, I'm reading tonight to Bobby, and it's the very, like, sanitized, condensed down version of the Endor scene from the point where they land and then they take out the base station.
Okay.
In 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And, like, there's just page after page we're going through, and Bobby's like, where's their guns? Where's the guns? Where's the guns? I'm like, oh, God. We don't know. There's no guns in the scene. There's no reason to have guns! There's no reason to have guns!
Children.
Dude, seriously. I'm like, you're not even 3. How do you know what a gun is?
They know.
They know.
They know.
Yeah, dude. It's crazy.
That and crime fighting. Crime fighting's a big deal in our house.
Oh, I'm sure.
It's funny because I grew up on Power Rangers and Ninja Turtles and all this stuff. That's what Bruce is into.
Nice.
And I'm like, cool. And of course, Power Rangers isn't really a big enough deal for like a ton of toys or like they have them for the newest season.
But not the old stuff, yeah.
So like Netflix.
Talk to John. John's got like that shit, I'm sure.
Which apparently he got the San Diego 2-pack. Like randomly he's texting, he's like, yeah, I got it for you. And I was like, cool.
What do you mean a San Diego 2-pack?
San Diego Comicon exclusive 2-pack of, I don't remember what Ranger it is, but there's 2 things in the pack.
Probably the Green Ranger, who was also the White Ranger. Was that?
It was a Green Ranger with a putty or the Red Ranger with a gold one.
Okay, yeah, I watched like my freshman year of high school. I think is when Power Rangers finally hit here in the States, and it was the original Power Ranger. So we're talking 93.
We're talking the Mighty Morphin when they lip dubbed it.
Yeah, but they still cut into like.
Oh yeah.
Like the white kids being everybody.
Because the first 2 seasons of Mighty Morphin, all the fight scenes are from the Japan version.
Of course.
Because in the Japan version, the Yellow Ranger is actually a dude.
Yeah.
And
one of them, the Pink Ranger, was a chick or something like that, but the actual Pink Ranger was a dude. And I was like, we didn't think of things like that.
No. But, what? Okay, this is my gripe. So at C2E2 this year, there's an opportunity to get all of the original cast except the Yellow Ranger signatures because she tragically died in a car accident 2 seasons after it aired.
From the original Mighty Morphin?
Yes.
Was that Trini?
Yes.
God, why do I know that?
I don't know.
There's some important information I've lost. No, there's some important information that like I have lost because I can remember that particular set of information.
But like... So the original Red Ranger, he now goes to cons pushing his own like energy drink.
Jesus. Well, the Green Ranger's doing like all his Jesus stuff, isn't he?
He's doing that plus promoting bringing back like the original Power Rangers and being like, so like let's fund this.
Are they going to make amends with the gay one that they all like bullied to like into submission?
He was my favorite.
He was what, the green the Blue Ranger?
The Blue Ranger, yeah.
Yeah, and they bullied the shit out of him.
Yes, which was unfortunate. But he was at C2E2.
Was he?
Yeah, they were all there, and Amy Jo Johnson and the Green Ranger were like $100 for signatures. The Black and Blue were like $50.
Dude,
per.
Stan was only $100.
Right. Who do you think you are?
How dare you, sir?
It was tempting till I was like, I don't want to drop like $400 for all the Power Rangers.
Yeah, like I met Sean Astin. It was $60 to get his signature on my Blu-ray thing. And I was like, all right, I met Sean Astin. That was kind of cool. That was expensive for a signature. Not as expensive, like for that, like I could see spending $60 to get Sean Astin's signature. It's Sean Astin. He was a Goonie, for Christ's sake. Yeah. And then you go over to Neil Adams' booth. He was like, oh yeah, I'll sign that. It's $25 for me to go. I have, Yeah. I have such a, I was going to like use an expletive.
Words are hard.
Yes, they are. But yeah, I was going to swear or whatever, but I will just say he's a poopy head.
You know you have children when you use poopy head and potty.
Yes. Oh, we've almost got, we're getting close for Bobby for potty training.
I'm jealous right now.
Dude, potty treats, yo.
Dude, my kid knows trickery. But, okay, we're almost there, but he doesn't understand that he can't stand to poop.
Oh, well, no.
No, that's not how it works. But he's like, but I stand up to pee. Why can't I stand up to poop? And we've just hit a wall. And I have promised this kid the world. Like, I'm like, I don't care what toy you want from Target. I will buy it for you.
You know that that fucking $100 fucking Paw Patrol pup, the lookout? I will buy you that. Just stop shitting on the floor.
Right.
For the love of God.
But my kid, of course, wants NECA Turtles. The $50 2-packs from Target.
I don't even know what that is.
So NECA is a toy brand.
Sure.
And they remastered or redid the 80s toys.
They were shitty.
They're better now.
Yeah, but they were still shitty.
But I'm not as good as toys as like John is.
I know. I wish he was here because he'd be like, "No, actually, those things." And I'm like, "Dude, I know.
I get
it. You've ruined a couple of the fucking cards. I get it. All it takes is a little Kleenex. Wipe them off."
I do. I love him, but sometimes he's like, I don't understand.
Look, as genre collectors, we all have our little ticks and our little weirdnesses.
I almost killed Charlie for getting water on the table that I accidentally put a comic in.
Charlie? Who's Charlie?
Charlie is my vivid daddy.
Ah, your person. Yes.
I'm a person.
Okay. Like, I think we've met like once.
Yeah, something like that.
And that was at the pop-up pop shop at...
I think it was Free Comic Book Day.
Yes. Which was also the pop-up pop shop.
Yes.
Yes.
Which was a very long day.
Yeah, but you were busy all day, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Incredible.
But that's okay. Those days, it's like Black Friday. It just goes by.
You would think that.
See, that's why you just start drinking at work, like,
Well, we had podcasted the night before.
We did for a long time.
We didn't leave till like 2 in the morning, and I get home, and I'm like, I need a couple hours of sleep. John is texting me till 4 a.m. And Dwight and him, Dwight was...
They had you on a group text?
No.
I'd have shut my phone off. I'd be like, fuck you guys. Screw you guys. I'm going home.
So we get in the next day. Dwight is still intoxicated.
I'm sure. He was... Well, they were drinking Grey Goose out of the bottle.
They downed a whole bottle of Grey Goose.
Okay,
together.
now, in all fairness, it was like one of the $20 bottles you get at the register. It wasn't like a $26 $7.50.
It's true. But
nonetheless.
They weren't mixing it with anything. It was
No, they were straight vodka. I'm like, what is wrong with you guys? Why do you hate your lives so much?
It could have killed me.
Yeah. I don't even think I drank that night.
You didn't.
No.
They filled up a glass way too much for me, and I remember them both walking away, and I poured it equally into their glasses. Like, I can't drink this.
You're like, I am going to pour you a DUI, and I'm going to pour you a DUI, and I'm going to fly home like an angel. Well, in all fairness, to be fair, Cindy probably drove home.
Maybe.
For Dwight, I'm sure she would have driven Dwight home.
She probably did. I just don't remember.
Yeah. She's a saint, by the way.
She deserves a medal
for
everything she puts up with.
Oh.
Because she not only puts up with him, but like
his crazy family.
His crazy family, and then us, because we've adopted.
Become a crazy family. Yeah. I'm still offended that I've not been invited over to Dwight's house for crazy drink nights, apparently. I'm sure they're fewer and farther between now.
They are.
Yeah.
But when we do get together, it's a weird time.
Dude, I love weird times. I love weird energy. It's great.
So
it makes for good content later.
It does. I mean, when was the last one we did?
Probably before coming over here.
Well, yeah. Was it like around the 4th of July, probably?
Okay.
I can't remember.
Yeah.
I didn't drink that night, but we had Bruce there, so.
Ah, yes.
Someone had to be sober.
Somebody had to be the responsible adult. I make that sigh as well. But I just be glad that you are younger with a 3-year-old than like crossed the threshold of 40 with a 3-year-old.
That is true. But like, I can't heavy drink anymore anyway, so.
Yeah, every now and again, and like I only get drunk doing these.
Well.
Or the fish show. I was hammered for that fish show. I don't remember. The last episode that we recorded, me and Tom recorded last weekend, I still have yet to put it up because I'm an asshole. But if you're hearing this, you've already listened to the other one. So as of the recording of this one, I haven't put the last one up. Either way, we had talked about going to see fish up at Alpine Valley, and I remember about
That
four.
sounds so exciting. Let's
it
go
was,
see fish.
Dude, it was so fun. Like it's always fun to see fish, and I'm usually that guy that's like, I stay pretty sober at a fish show because I like to enjoy the show, and I don't remember anything after like the fourth song. I was just mind eraser, no chaser.
So you didn't get drunk at C2E2 this year?
Well, I remember C2E2 though. Like I didn't get like blackout blasted because I only went one day. I only went Friday.
Well, didn't you also wait in line like all day for CGC?
No, just at the very beginning of the show.
Oh, I don't remember much of that first day.
Yeah, I didn't even run into you guys at all.
So we, as retailers, had to be there at like ass crack of dawn for the breakfast and the presentations.
Dude, if you don't want Dwight going with you to that next year, I will totally go in his stead for sure.
That works.
Yeah, I'll drive. I'll use Spot Hero. We'll get parking for like $4, where all the other idiots are paying $27 at the venue.
What's funny is this year, the retailer summit didn't happen in Chicago, so it happened in Vegas. So you could do like this Vegas tour of all of like the cool stores.
Why?
I don't know. Everyone was super disappointed. So they did a retailer's appreciation breakfast. And Marvel walks up, and whoever brand representative was there, he's like, I didn't realize we're the only ones giving a presentation today, but here's some really cool stuff. And they gave us like exclusive covers to Ghost Rider and whatnot.
Really?
Like, this is lame, but kind of cool at the same time.
Yeah.
And we saw like previews of stuff that they're releasing this fall. Like,
stuff we probably have to talk about off mic.
Probably. But like, they also released the Absolute Carnage stuff there too.
Okay. Well, they also released the Absolute Carnage issue 1, or part of issue 1 at the Free Comic Book Day.
Yeah, and then what was the big deal is Black Cat Art Germ, because Art Germ didn't come on to Black Cat till late.
Oh, really? Covers. Okay. Well, he did the same thing with... No, he was on Catwoman for the whole... From the beginning, yeah.
But he didn't do all the Catwoman covers.
No, well...
Took a hiatus.
So did Jenny Frison.
It's true.
Sad. I still need my issue from 2 weeks ago.
Oh, no, as ordered. I can only move as fast as Diamond can.
Stupid Diamond.
Tell me about it.
Jerks.
I know. But when I first saw Absolute Carnage back in March, I was like, great. Another huge crossover event.
Yeah, just on the heels of the War of the Realms.
Ugh.
Which I still haven't finished reading.
And they threw in the House of X and Powers of X bullshit.
Okay. Yeah, I know that's X-Men stuff, but I'm not...
Okay, so...
Because, like, for whatever reason, when DC does a crossover, for the most part, I'm in. Yes. And I'll buy all the, like, except tangential books.
Year of the Villain.
Except for Year of the Villain. Fuck that. It's going to be, like, 172 books. It's going to suck balls.
Thanks for ruining it. Just kidding.
Like, that's what they were talking about at C2E2.
I was so excited.
God damn it! But, like, I'll catch into some of the, you know, for the most part, I'll try, at least with like, the Batman books and stuff like that. Like, for sure, if, like, there's an event in Batman, I'm buying all the books to go with it.
So, like, City of Bones and stuff like that.
Yeah. And the tie-ins and stuff like that. Which, the best one so far with Batman, with all the tie-ins, like, Zero Year, it was okay. But, like, Green Lantern Zero Year, I was just like, I don't care about Jon Stewart being whatever he was before he was a Green Arrow. Or Green Lantern.
Which is sad, because I feel the same way about it, because I grew up with Jon Stewart being my Green Lantern. Because the 90s is when he came out, and that's when I was reading.
Yep.
And I'm like, disappointment.
Yeah. And then, God, what was the best Batman one? There was one that was really, like, Metal was pretty good.
I just don't like how they're turning it into a huge cash cow right now, because they're pushing for, like, infected Shazam, infected Beetle, infested whoever, whatever, because that's the new big thing, is Batman and Superman teaming up to take down the Batman Who Laughs, who's infected 7 heroes.
Yeah, they need to, like, just get over the Batman Who Laughed.
They really do.
It's like watching the last 2 seasons of Arrow. Like,
I protest Arrow. I don't watch it.
Oh, yeah, just,
We know my feelings.
You and I do. Might be not my listening audience, but yeah.
Fucking, okay. Canary, huge fan. Green Arrow, or Arrow, does it wrong.
They've had 19 Canaries at this point.
And I can't stand any of them. Like, Canary is such a badass in herself that you're just like, this is not my Canary. I'm shutting it down.
Well, like Laurel. Okay, so Laurel Lance.
Laurel Lance. Who, none of them are named the actual Canary name.
No, none of them. They're all like, each of them have like one of the names.
Yeah.
But they like, why? Why, Guggenheim? Did you never read the book?
I will never watch an episode of Arrow.
Really?
Of this. Yeah.
Like Katie Cassidy, who plays the actual Black Canary or Black Siren. Like, to me, like, she's a pretty girl, but she's not...
She's not my Canary.
She's not Canary. Like, in the first 4 seasons, it looked like she was constantly on the verge of crying.
Yes.
I've
seen snippets. I'll look on YouTube, but I will not watch a full episode. And I can't...
I like Katie Lotz as White Canary.
Okay, yes. I watched...
Legends is great.
It's hilarious.
And whoever they got, the chick that's Dinah whatever, who is now their Canary.
Yeah.
Like, she was the only one with an actual meta ability, I think, out of all of them.
Yeah, because all the others had a collar.
No, Katie Cassidy did not. Laura Lance did not. She ended up, I don't remember even how she ended up. Maybe she did. I don't know. But
it's like they've taken both origins of Canary and tried to do it, and it's like it doesn't
with 3
work.
different actresses for 3 different characters.
Work.
No. And like, look, it's like Zatanna. She's got a look.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Look, it's not like it's sexist.
No.
Or anything like that, or like too revealing. Like, look, there are some characters. But, like, yeah, that...
Power Girl.
Well, I mean, they've never had a real life, like, live action Power Girl, though.
They haven't, which is kind of sad and surprising for Supergirl.
Yeah, I'm surprised they haven't brought her in, but they're doing Crisis on Infinite Earths.
I know.
As their crossover this year. Dude, they would do a disservice to every fan for not bringing in every incarnation that's still living of television versions of those heroes.
It's true.
So, like, they need to find the old dude that played Shazam on the Shazam and Isis Hour, because that's what it was called before Isis was stupid. But they need to bring that guy in and have him on it. They need to get, like, they're getting Burt Ward to come back as Robin.
Yeah.
They need to get, like, the dude who played Superboy in the 80s, late 80s. They needed to get Dean Cain back.
He was a wizard.
Really?
He was. He was a ham, and he's amazing.
Yeah, but he's also doing really bad Christian movies now.
I know.
Like, they've got him in, like, he's been in movie jail. Like, him and, well, fuck Kevin Sorbo. I've read some of the stuff about that guy. He can eat a bag of dicks. But he's in, like, Christian movie jail with, like, all these other people that are in, like, Christian movie jail. It's weird. It's very weird.
But I don't know. I have a real love-hate relationship with that whole, like, situation with Arrow and Flash and their crossovers. And I don't know how I feel about Batwoman either right now.
I like it.
You do?
Yes. Because Ruby Rose is an actual LGBT person playing an LGBT character. And again, like we discussed earlier, I'm not that person who's like, well, that person is this, it needs to be this. But it works. And when they did the crossover, she was awesome as Batgirl. But then again, at this point, or Batwoman.
But how's the show gonna go?
We'll see. That remains to be seen.
I don't know. I'm just...
Supergirl has been consistently great since the beginning.
See, I haven't even, like, that, out of all of them, I'd watch that, but I just don't have time.
There's just too much content. I bought Disney Plus already.
Did you? I'm not surprised.
I bought it. They had this thing, I think, no, I don't think it's still going on. If you signed up for the D23, you could just do as a free membership. they sent you a code.
To get the 3 years.
3 years. It was like less than $4 a month.
So my sister-in-law did that already.
Mm-hmm.
I might piggyback onto that with theirs.
Yeah, because with all the Marvel and Star Wars content that's going to be coming out, in that 3 years' time, I can get my fill and just be like, delete.
And then they're going to rope you in and you're screwed.
And yeah, well, all right, $4.99, and now I'm paying double, whatever, $8. I don't give a shit. Like, I don't care. Because I think we're going to get rid of cable after our contract is up.
I don't even have cable anymore. I haven't.
We didn't for a while. But now, like, the kids are stuck on this fucking Nickelodeon and Disney Channel bullshit. I'm so tired of the Bubble Guppies.
Oh my god, the Bubble Guppies.
I am so tired of
Peppa
Paw
Pig.
Patrol. No, we didn't. We never got into Peppa Pig here. Never got into Peppa Pig, which is good because I've seen some Peppa Pig and it's terrifying.
It rots your brain. And your kids has a light British accent.
At least that's cute. Kids with British accents are cute. Unless they sing, then they're creepy.
Well, and he'll run around and be like, I have to jump in muddy puddles. And I was like, stop it.
Yes, but if he said, we have to go to Hogwarts, you'd be like, oh, so very good. It's perspective.
It's true. When he turns and goes, Mama, let's watch Harry Potter. I'm like, which one? What do you want to watch?
Dude, I try to put on, like, Scooby-Doo with Grayson. Daddy, this is too scary. Like, my son is very frightful about things. And there's so much stuff I want to show him. I'm like, this is so wonderful, and you need to see it. Like, you need to watch The Goonies with me. You need to watch The Princess Bride, which is one of the top 5 greatest movies ever made.
That movie.
And if you don't like The Princess Bride, go fuck yourself, because that movie is perfect.
Mm-hmm. I'm not proud of this, although kind of am. My son has watched The Dark Knight.
Mm-hmm.
And I did not show it to him, but he loves it. We watched the Tim Burton Batman the other night with Penguin and everything, and I'm like, this is gonna be
You watched Batman Returns?
Yeah.
Okay. Because Batman Returns was fucking freaky.
It was, and we're sitting there watching, and I was like, he's gonna cry at any point. And he's just sitting there, he's like, cool. And I was like, alright, you're not afraid of this. Let's up the ante a little bit here.
You're like, let's see, have you ever heard of Hostel?
Like, my kid knows who the Batman Who Laughs is.
Okay, yeah.
He is the pop. He's like,
yeah.
Batman Joker.
Right.
I was like, and people are like, your kid knows. I was like, I work in a comic book store.
Right. Duh.
My kid can rattle off every superhero in the DC universe.
As well he should.
Right. I'm raising him right.
This is fucking hilarious. So tonight, I picked up the boys from school. And we're talking about Halloween, and I'm like, all right, guys. Because I saw that, because Grayson's really into Spider-Man right now. His birthday party is going to be a Spider-Man and Black Panther party.
He does know he's named after a Bat Kid, right?
He does it because he knows it drives a tiny little dagger into my heart. Every fucking time.
I'm just going to point out the obvious.
I know. And, so we're doing this Batman, or this, I wish we were doing a Batman party for him. We're doing this, Black Panther and Star Wars. Jesus Christ.
It's not your birthday.
No. Anyway, Spider-Man. We're going to do a party for him for his 5th birthday, And we can't find anything that has both of those 2 characters on it that doesn't have the other 19 Avengers on it.
Of course not.
There's no Spider-Man and or Black Panther stuff out there together. And never once has he ever brought up the Black Panther. Ever. Like, I didn't even know he knew who Black Panther was.
Surprise.
Not because I haven't, don't want him to know. I just haven't shown it to him yet. Kid's scared of everything. He would be freaked out of the scene at the very beginning when T'Challa's just sitting up in the tree.
Yeah.
Like that. He would be scared of that. I'm like, where is all this coming from? And so yeah, so now we were talking about all that, and he wants to be Spider-Man for Halloween, and of course he wants to be the Miles Morales,
Of course.
which that costume is $45, and I'm like, you're not getting that. I was at Walmart the other day for work because I don't shop there personally. I'll shop there for work. It's their money, not my money. I don't care. But like they have their Spider-Man costumes for $15. The same ones we saw at Costco for $25. I'm like, fuck you, Costco. So now I'm probably gonna have to buy that, but it's not a Miles Morales. It's Peter Parker.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. So they now, like, Grayson wants to be Miles Morales. Bobby today decides that he wants to be Spider-Man as well. And they decided that I have to dress up now. Yes. And they're like, well,
Oh, no.
like, what are you going to dress up as, Daddy? I'm like, I'm not dressing up. He's like, it's Halloween. You have to dress up, Daddy. I'm like, all right, well, what do you think I should do? I don't know. I'm like, what's my favorite? And then, like, Bobby was like, Batman. I'm like, yeah, all right. Okay, I could do Batman. We could do that. Well, what about Mommy? She could be Batman, too. Fucking kids are great.
We're going as the Power Rangers.
Nice.
He's going to be the Red Ranger. I'm going to be the Pink. And Charlie's going to be the Green Ranger.
Nice.
And, of course, my favorite's the blue one.
Mm-hmm.
Personal favorite. But I'm being brainwashed to believe the pink one's my favorite.
Because you're a girl and you're...
Oh, yeah. Skirts. He's like, no, Mommy. The pink one's your favorite. I don't know if you've ever seen it. John Krasinski does an interview on how his daughter brainwashed him into believing his favorite color is purple.
Okay.
Like, whatever, the kid asks, like, what's your favorite color? He's like, blue. She goes, no, it's purple. And then as time goes on, he's like, my favorite color is purple. I've been brainwashed.
That's hilarious.
That's how I feel about my favorite Power Ranger right now. I'm like, the pink one's not... I bought a pink Power Ranger shirt the other day. I have been brainwashed to believe my favorite Power Ranger is the pink one.
That's hilarious.
I'm like, damn it, kid.
So are you guys not carrying t-shirts at the shop anymore? Just those weird $5 ones you can't get rid of?
So, apparel doesn't really sell well in the comic book store itself because Hot Topic, Box Lunch, they all have their exclusive, their line and everything. So, you go to a comic book store, you see the shirts, it's whatever's in the previews. Everyone's like, oh, but I can find something cooler here. And you're like, fine. Suck it. But, like, and the quality of shirts isn't great when they come out of previews in general.
Really?
So, it's one of those you have to figure out what else sells. So, figures.
Mm-hmm.
That's where we're making a lot of our money. And
Yeah.
pops.
Yeah. Well, pops, I'm sure, are dirt cheap on the cost side.
Yes.
And you turn around and sell them for maybe a little bit over MSRP. Oh.
But what is it? Like, because you get previews exclusive pops. Everyone has an exclusive.
Right.
We get more exclusive than others.
If it's exclusive, how do you get your hands on them?
Diamond.
Because Diamond don't give a fuck.
They don't. Everyone is contracted to their own thing. So, what's the big deal right now? I got into a fight with a friend about... Have you seen Batman versus Ninja Turtles?
I read the first series, but I've not read the second and or third series.
Have you seen the movie?
I've not seen the movie yet either.
Movie's great. It was a fan favorite in our house for a long time.
Okay.
Yes.
The book was great. James Tynion wrote it. I don't care who did the art. It wasn't very good.
No. The Turtles right now are an exclusive to GameStop. Like the action figures. They're
Okay.
2-pack. So it's like Batman and Leo, Raph and Damian, Robin, Donatello, Batgirl, and Alfred
So
Mikey.
one DC, one Turtle.
Mhm.
Or one Batman,
Together
one
they're
Turtle.
2-pack. They're right now exclusive to GameStop. So if you want them, you can get them there. But I get the 2-packs later. Like months after they do.
Sure.
And I'm like, cool. So everyone who wants them is going to get them. And then I get stuck with cases of these things because people already have them. But they're contracted to get them first.
Right.
Which is bullshit.
Not really. Not really, because everybody's got to have their little edge to make sure that their brick and mortar is able to stay a brick and mortar.
It's true, but it's the mom and pop shops that get screwed because GameStop is a chain.
Right. Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, we dealt with that with Best Buy and You know, Sam Goody when I was working for Kiss the Sky, the record store. Like, we're selling a CD for $15 because we have to sell it for $15.
Yeah.
And here comes like Target and Best Buy selling it for $9.99.
Yeah.
Like, well, okay, they don't know anything about what they're selling you, but you can go over there. That's fine.
Sure, you can go get it from Walmart.
Yeah.
Which I think is bullshit that we're getting reprints of the Walmart shit.
Mm-hmm. I think I bought 3 of them.
I only bought the Swamp Thing one.
I got the Swamp Thing because it was Capullo doing Swamp Thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's sitting over there, actually. I ended up with
in the to-read pile.
I think it's in the to-be filed pile, actually. Oh, no, it's right there. Right there, I see it right there. And actually, one of these...
in here.
I know. I just haven't had,
because there's a pile on top of the fridge.
Those have been
read.
Those have been read. These have been read. That last long box down there have been read, but aren't technically filed in any particular order at this point. I have to move those into the boxes, other long boxes. I need a better system. Because cardboard long boxes are bullshit.
Yeah, they are. They make, filing cabinets.
I've seen them. There's a shop I go to up in Chicago occasionally when I'm in the area called Alley Cat. Whatever. Dude, if you've seen some of the shit that I got there, you'd have been like, all right, that's all right.
It's okay, I go to Goulash stores all the time.
Half-price books.
The best is because when a girl walks into another comic book store,
they leave you alone.
Yes. So no one, and I have been recognized for those stupid videos we do on Tuesdays.
Nice.
And they're like, oh, well, you work at a store. And I was like, yeah, but I'm out doing my thing. And they're like, oh, okay. And you fly in under the radar. Or they don't care about you. They're like, it's a girl in the shop.
Right. They're like, I don't know how to talk to girls or look at girls or breathe near them.
I had a guy, I swear to God, I went to a comic book store after Revolution Comicon.
Okay.
That sucked. I bailed early.
That was the one that was at
Stevenson
Center, yeah.
It was the first one they ever did. It was pretty lackluster.
Well, for a first con, like I told you that after you came back, I'm like, for a first con, you gotta. I didn't go. I don't know how horrific it was, but for a first con, you gotta figure they're just kind of getting their feet wet.
But I would give them that if it wasn't for the fact they've done other places.
Mm.
So when I found out it was like a chain thing.
Here's your thing. Chicago is an interesting market.
Everyone goes to the Stevenson Center.
Well, not only that, like, Chicago's a weird market to begin with, and what works elsewhere doesn't necessarily work here.
It's true.
Like, we are, like, as Chicagoans, we are a weird bunch. Like, we're hard-ass, and, like, but we'll give you the shirt off our back, but yet, like...
It's true.
Like, we're just a weird bunch here. Like, it's just a strange city to try to sell anything in or be a part of or, anything like that. It's just a weird area. So I can imagine that, like, because we got, 3 or 4 cons that are of a bigger nature that come through. There's Wizard, which I refuse to go to Wizard anymore because it's...
I think this was my last Wizard.
And C2E2, which is... It's not getting any more fun.
Which is sad. Because, years ago, it was the thing to do.
Yeah, you go and there's, more comic book vendors than people selling leather bustiers.
And now there's more leather bustiers.
And don't get me wrong. Every now and again, a leather bustier is nice. Lifts, it separates. Mm-hmm. But, I'm there for comics.
Oh, yeah.
And... we are just in the polar middle, which is weird the way to say it, but they announce a ton of shit at San Diego.
Yeah.
They announce a gang of shit at New York.
Yeah.
And in Chicago, I think the biggest break that we got was Dark Knight 3.
Yeah.
That broke here in Chicago. And that's the biggest thing that I've heard breaking here since I started going to cons.
Yeah. We don't...
Nobody cares about us.
It
This city is going to eat worms.
It pretty much is. Because was it San Diego's movies and Celebrity Fest?
And TV and yada yada. Yeah, for sure.
New York is product,
Mm-hmm.
which everyone gets excited about, especially if you're a collector.
Right.
So what does Chicago get? We're one of those big cities. We have a big following. People come from all over to go to C2E2. Why can't, like, retailers who used to be in Chicago, why can't we bring that back?
Yeah, like I remember DC the first year I came, like it was right after the new 52 started, and they were handing out first pressing number ones for free.
Yeah.
They're just like, Jeff Johns was there signing a bunch of shit, like everybody was there, and now they're just like, we're just gonna go to the coasts.
What was it, like last year? They were still doing the booths where you could walk up and get like Lee's signature and stuff, and now like that didn't happen this year. It was like DC bowed out.
Yeah.
Out of everything except San Diego and New York.
Yeah.
And you're like, why?
Well, Jim Lee was there last year.
Yeah.
For 2 hours.
Yes.
And you had to get there way early Friday morning to get a wristband to get in line to get 3 items signed. And if it was anything that you wanted that was CGC related, CGC didn't do it.
No.
You had to give them money, and they had their own people. It was kind of like when Frank Miller did it as well. He had his own people do it for CGC, and I'm like, I kind of like to see it through, you know? But it was kind of I ended up with a wristband, so I was able to get a couple things signed from Jim Lee.
Yeah.
And like you see, it's like that's the big thing for me is like you see their signatures on their art. Yeah. And a lot of times they have some fantastic signatures, and then they sign something, and it's like, fuck, you just scribbled on this shit. Like, Jim Lee has an awesome signature.
He does.
But when he signs shit, it's like, wobble, wobble, wobble. Like, that could be anybody.
It's true.
You know, Capullo's the same way. Capullo's got that badass Capullo-like signature that he does on his stuff. And,
But that's like, he sat there and practiced for hours.
Oh, yeah. But also with Greg Capullo, of all of the comic book creators, artists, and, writers and stuff that I've met, hands down, the most stand-up guy.
Oh, yeah.
Like, we were waiting for him. It was just 2 years ago. We were waiting for him and Snyder. They were doing a joint signing. And,
I remember that. I couldn't be there for that. I was disappointed.
Yeah. And Snyder got there, sat down, started kind of getting stuff. Capullo got there and walked down the entire line. From the beginning of it to the end of it. Shook everybody's hand in line. Said thank you to everybody. Sat back down and then started signing.
He's just a stand-up guy.
Yeah, I said that to him. Like they had I think it was the Batman 75 or Batman 80, whatever it is, panel, and they were both there, and Capullo's running around on the floor playing like mic guy, like holding it up to do the Q&A, and I told him that I'm like, dude, you're a stand-up guy, like class act, 100%, like, and he gave me a hug. It was like the coolest thing ever.
It's moments like that you have faith in humanity.
Yeah, and then you got guys like Jay Lee and fucking Neil Adams that make you want to stab your eyes out with fucking
Art Germ.
Was he a prick?
So I did not wait in line for Art Germ.
Okay.
I went to the guy next to him who does some great art. He does statues for DC now. He's a great guy. And John, who works at the store with us, wanted to get some stuff done. And I was like, oh yeah, let's go over. He didn't look like he could be bothered. He was like slouched back in a chair, like, yeah, I'll sign it.
Oh, Art Germ was? Really?
Yeah. And I was like,
Yeah. Well, it's like, I love Jenny Fryson's art. She's kind of a cold bitch. Like, she's never been, like, very pleasant any of the times that I've met her. But, like, I love her artwork so much that I'll take her being a bitch because I'm like, all right, whatever.
I bought Art Germ's DC portfolio for the Black Canary picture because I was like, God.
Oh, yeah, that's that big one that Dwight tried to sell me on.
Yes.
It's like $80 or some stupid thing.
40.
Like, nonetheless.
It's still...
40, 80, what's it matter when you got kids in private school? Like, I have no money, whatever.
like I hung the Prey in my office.
Mm-hmm.
So the only thing I don't like about it is the Batgirl in it, Stephanie Brown Batgirl.
Okay.
And there's no like.
Wait, spoiler? When was spoiler Batgirl?
When was Stephanie?
Because she was also a Robin.
She was.
For like a half a minute.
She was. And when was that? Was that when Batgirl went up to Burnside and did her own thing?
No, because she was still Batgirl at Burnside, and that's when spoiler was spoiler.
Yeah. I can't remember. Barbara Gordon will always be my Batgirl,
Mm-hmm.
so I don't follow anyone outside of that.
Well, even what's her name was Batgirl too, Cassie Kane.
I was gonna say you gotta be more specific than what's her name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was when it was like the S&M Batgirl with the stitched up face. I'm like, what's going on here? I never read any of those.
I didn't either, but like, so it makes me like, there's no like Barbara Gordon Batgirl in it. So I hung the Stephanie Brown and be like, it's the Prey, because you really can't tell unless you like really look at it.
Right.
But then I bought the Burnside Batgirl statue, the Joelle Jones one, to go with the canary I bought. I was like, this will complete it. No one will know that it's Stephanie Brown.
That's hilarious. Yeah. Like, yeah, that's interesting. I didn't realize that Stephanie Brown was Batgirl for a minute. Mm-hmm. Was it when Barbara Gordon, like, what are you doing, Ricky? Was it Barbara Gordon's, like, Oracle years?
I think so.
Because they didn't retcon her back into action until the New 52.
Yeah, because that's when, like, she gets her...
Got her magic legs.
Yeah.
Some implant that, right. I think in the Batgirl New 52, like, somebody hacked it or something. I don't know.
I don't know, but I've been rereading the Batgirl Birds of Prey from Rebirth.
Mm-hmm.
With the Oracle. It's not really Oracle kind of deal. I don't
know. They're not... That's not still a series, is it?
No, it only lasted, like, 3 trades.
Okay, yeah, because I think I got like the first 5, and then I dropped out, and then I was gonna have, was it Marguerite Bennett that did it, and her sister? Mm-hmm. And I had the first 3 issues. I gave them to somebody to get them signed for me at C2E2 because I had to roll, and I don't know where they are. They have disappeared.
You have a bad habit of giving things to people and not getting them back.
Yeah, I know. At least I know where my other, my soft cover for...
oh, you found it?
Yeah, my buddy Tom's got it for White Knight. And he's like, oh, dude, I forgot to bring it. I'm like, just finish reading it and then give it back to me.
Speaking of Rose, you owe me my soft cover back.
Finish reading it, you fuck.
I haven't finished it. He just found it boring.
How could you find it boring?
Because we're trying to convert him from Marvel to DC. He's having a situation. Because, he's big into X-Men and things like that, which is fine.
Sure.
We all can't be right. But slowly getting him on the DC train.
Yeah, I just never connected with a lot of Marvel characters. I don't know why. Like, I like Thor for some reason, but maybe it's because Chris Hemsworth's way hot.
But you like, what's-his-face writing it?
Oh, Jason Aaron? Yeah. Well, I like a lot of the stuff that he's writing. So I still have yet to read that Valkyrie that I've bought 2 issues of, but haven't gotten around to it yet.
My problem with Marvel is they've thrown... Okay, so the difference I say is Marvel is quantity over quality. DC is quality over quantity.
Sure.
And Marvel, if you have an idea, they'll be like, yeah, let's do this. And then give it like 5 issues, and if it flops, it's done. Like Winter Soldier.
Right.
We got 3 issues out of it before like, that sucked.
Really?
Yeah. Or 5. Because I just pulled that off the rack. I was like, this is so old. And they're not making it anymore.
That's crazy.
It is.
Well, I mean, look at Doomsday Clock. How many months was it since the last issue to the one that just came out yesterday or on Wednesday?
They canceled Shazam.
Did they?
Mm-hmm.
Jeff Johns never finished it?
No. So they canceled like 9 and 10. They're like, it's indefinitely pushed back. And you're like, canceled. Just say it's canceled.
Right.
Because you're just toying with people at that point.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know what Jeff Johns is doing. He's writing 2 titles. Right. Doomsday Clock and, Shazam.
And now he's not doing either.
What?
Well, he's still doing Doomsday.
Well, there's only one issue. There's only one issue left of Doomsday Clock, or is it 2?
There's 1, but it's going to take him till like probably 2020 to release it.
It had better be an 80-page fucking issue, or I'm going to be pissed. But then they'll charge $7.99 for it because that's DC's new model.
Well, it's not under Black Label. Black Label's more expensive.
Because you can see them say bullshit. I'm like, ooh, you're real edgy.
Oh, swearing.
Yeah, right. Like, Image, what do you got? Well, it's because, like, even in the hardcover edition of White Knight, like, Sean Murphy had, like, cells that he wanted in the original where it was, like, Harley Quinn maybe topless or whatever.
You were supposed to see Harley Quinn and Joker actually do it.
Really?
Yeah. He's like, I actually had a sex scene written out for them. And you're like, really? And they, like... Here's my thing with Black Label. DC came out and said, this is adult content.
Right.
Cool. Everyone is okay as long as you set a standard. And then Batwing became a thing. And every mom was like, oh my god.
Batwing. I was like, Batwing became a thing? Is that a new comic now? Is that on Black Label? Did anybody care about Batwing? Like, what?
And instead of being DC coming out and be like, we told you this was mature content, this is designed for an older crowd,
Right.
like adult content. They're like, oh my god, we did something wrong. Now we're going to censor everything we do through Black Label. I think that's bullshit. If DC's like, hey, guess what? We're doing an adult content. Cool.
Well, at that point, why get rid of Vertigo?
It's true.
They were the adult content.
They were. But DC's like caught in this loop where, what is it? Now they have Inked and Teen or whatever. And now they've gotten rid of those titles and thrown it under all one, like, young adult title. And you're like, stay consistent, set an expectation and a standard, and no one will complain. Well, you'll have the complainers, but you have, like, hey, guess what? It was in the clause.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
Yeah, I mean, because some of the Blacklist stuff, I mean, Black Label stuff, Blacklist, Black Label, I mean, I've read, 3 titles, 4 titles? Stop messing with the mic!
This is why I'm not responsible.
But I've read White Knight and the new White Knight, Last Chance Kitchen, whatever it is.
It sounds like a TV show.
Yeah, right. The Azrael White Knight version that's out. What was the other one? And I don't know why that the Superman Year One is Black Label.
I don't either.
There's no reason for it to be Black Label, except for they know that they can get $7.99 an issue out of it.
Well, it's an oversized.
Yeah.
Which is so much bullshit. I hate magazine sex books.
Yeah.
Because you can't store them in anything.
No. Like, I've got them on my rack because I haven't. Like, all right, well, I guess it's going here. Like AD After Death that Scott Snyder did with Jeff Lemire. Great book. Weird, like, sizing. Because it's like an 8.5 by 11. It's like notebook paper size. It's huge. But it's not magazine size.
And they don't make bags that size.
Oh, it fits in a magazine bag, but, like, you can't put it anywhere.
But yeah. But people get annoyed. This is my new favorite thing. If there's any white showing. On when you bag and board a book. The pet peeve some people have. Like, you know how you bag and board, and if the book is too small for the bag and the board, how the white will be like...
Yeah.
People don't like that. So when things are awkward sizes, they're like, well, I need this bag made. I was like, I ain't no manufacturer.
Right, look, I'm just a middleman here.
My distributor says that does not exist.
Right. Yeah. Again, people of collectors' mentalities are strange people.
I have seen so many walk through the door.
Dude, record store.
It's true.
Yeah.
Any industry that you collect in, you're just like...
There are people there that are like the loneliest of lonely people.
We're bartenders.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's worse, I feel like sometimes.
Well, like for me, I go into people's homes. I can't get out until I get the job done. So I have to listen to their bullshit for hours sometimes.
Well, when you work in the store, you can't kick them out. That's just rude.
Oh, you absolutely can.
Well, yes, but there's some of them where...
Like, look, fuck you. Keith lives down the street. Go to see him.
Right. I feel so bad for Keith because I didn't recognize this before, but he has chairs for people to sit down and, like, pull up and talk to him about. And Keith was like, one day, he's like, I regret the decision on having chairs in here. I was like, I can imagine.
Right.
Because I have one guy who will go in the back. It's like his fucking home. He goes in the back. He brings a chair around, and he'll just sit and talk for hours. And I'm like, cool. All right, this is how my day's gonna go. Nice guy, but it's like...
All right, all right. Next week, I won't drag the chair out. Jesus. Just had to ask politely. You didn't have to bring it up on the show. God damn. Oh.
You don't. Have you ever really spent an excessive amount of time in the store?
No, because, I mean, I come in and I try to talk to you guys sometimes, and you're just like, I have no energy to speak right now. Just buy it and get the fuck out.
That's Wednesday.
Yeah. No, but I've never... Well, no, I don't have time to spend an excessive amount of time anywhere.
It's true.
like the only thing I spend an excessive amount of time at is work, and that's not really that much time. So...
Like... Dwight and I had a conversation. We were bartenders. No one asks about our day and how we're doing and how life's happening for us. They come in, they need a friend, they need someone to vent to, and you go to your local comic book store because you collect.
Right.
And you're just kind of like, okay, one day someone will care about me.
Oh.
It sounds terrible, but there's days where I have no energy for that, and it's like, I was up till 2 in the morning with a crying cat because she was locked in a closet, and the kid did it. Like, it was a weird day one day. And I'm like, and I had to put Tyler to bed, and I was a single parent, and you're like exhausted, and you go in, and everyone's like, this is so much bullshit, and you're like, that's nice.
Right, let me tell you about problems, bitch. You know that issue of Hulk 173? Not the good one with fucking, it's not 181. It's 173. The issue nobody gives a fuck about. That's how I feel right now. Or 180. Hulk 180. Nobody gives a shit about 180. 181, you're skeeting in your pants. 180, you might as well just have given me a handful of nothing.
Right. Or their biggest meltdown is when they don't have the right cover in their pull. I get it. You're a collector. You want the pull. But it's like, I wanted cover D. I was like, I can't get cover D unless I order 10 issues of cover 1. And cover 1 I can't sell. And they're like, not my problem.
Yeah, you know what? I've got cover D. Cover D's nuts, bitch.
Yeah. And you're like, I can't. Like, are you going to buy all of cover A to get your cover D? No.
Like, you know how many cover A's back there I have because of Lori trying to get cover D for your dumb ass?
They're all my 50-cent bin.
Oh, my God.
Like, it's just... this last couple of years, I've experienced a lot of bullshit like that. And I was like, I didn't realize it was that big of a deal.
Really?
There are people who are like, freak out at you if you don't have the cover. And you're like, I'm so sorry. Like,
yeah. The cover, I don't mean to be that guy. And I'll tell you that too. I'm like, I don't mean to be that guy. Because I think there's been like 1 or 2 times where I've been like, it's kind of fucked up. Why did you give me a fucked up one?
I could kill Diamond. There was one day, it looked like multiple people had this happen. Someone packaged a box, shook the box 100 times, and shipped it out. I'm like, you mother... It damaged half of my inventory. And at that point, you're just like apologizing profusely to people. Like, I'm so sorry I didn't have your book. I had to get a damage replacement. And they're like, well, what happened? Well, small ears.
Next time, I'm going to remind you to bring headphones.
Please do. And you try to tell them, like, half the inventory was taken, and then they're bottom of the alphabet. So they're like, well, why didn't I get mine? Like, I'm sorry, this is just how we pull.
Right.
Like, you try to explain it.
Look, this isn't church. The more money you give us isn't giving you better preference to the top of the line.
Right.
It's alphabetical.
And no one has sympathy for you. Like, oh, that sucks to be your life. Why isn't my issue here?
Right.
Like, I know you're... I know. I'm the worst.
You know what, though? I'll give you credit. You guys are always trying to, like, give me more issues, for the most part, than what I'm trying. I'm like, I don't care about Action Comics. Why do I keep getting Action Comics pulled? Please take these fucking Action Comics and...
Well, was it when you delete a series in the system, it's like, they don't want that deleted, so it's on your next week's, and then the next time, and you're like, okay, now to remember not to put it in there, because it's going to take Diamond 3 months to actually get it off.
Well, and it doesn't even help that, like... I forgot. I lost my train of thought. So angry about it.
And, like... So there's 3 of us who poll. We all take a hunk of the alphabet or whatever. I worked bridal for quite a while, so you memorized every bride you had walked through, dress size to what they wanted, how much their order was, and everything. And that is a gross memory to have because I can remember. So your list doesn't have anything added, but I remember everything you get pulled. So when I go in and I see your name, I can pull you Red Sonja even though it's not on there.
Right.
And then there's other sections that don't have that. I was like, oh man, I forgot to double check. And I was like, I am one person.
Right.
Why can't this be easy?
Well, I do give you kudos for that, pulling a Star Wars title for me that hadn't, I had no idea was even a thing.
It's called previews.
Yes. You tell me about that all the time, and I'm like, I don't.
I even offer the service now where I can sit down with you for 30 minutes to fill the previews.
Like, why don't they just know what I want?
I'm not a mind reader.
You're a woman. You're supposed to be.
I'm sorry. I have like 100 clients.
Hold on. Do I have the backup? Beep, beep, beep.
Yes, but when like the Star Wars one-shots and everything comes through, I make sure my order has a couple extra so I can get one in your poll.
Thank you. Was that one a one-shot?
I think it's an ongoing.
God damn my fucking ongoings.
Because it's Marvel.
Right. But I will say, like, Dr. Aphra, next to the original Star Wars, is the only other one that's continued to go as long as it has.
That's true because they haven't messed it up yet.
Well, Vader, they've gone 2 25-issue series so far.
Well, then they had like 5 miniseries.
God damn. Find a better character, Marvel. Like Darth Vader, I get it. Darth Vader is badass. Find another character. There's so many other options to explore, and you're fucking up. Because you would get all of the monies.
You would. What is it? What are they? Was it the Fallen Temple that just came out?
Yeah, I think so. Hell, I even bought Screaming Citadel, and that was stupid. Like, I was mad when I got done reading that. And I think that's one of the few fuck-ups that they've had with the Star Wars run so far.
I'm trying to think what all Marvel is doing right now. And between putting out 100 Star Wars title a month, they do it with Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
I could give two shits about Spider-Man.
Yeah. It's like, alright, there's Peter Parker.
Cool.
There's Miles Morales. I'll give you that one. And Gwen. Ghost Spider. Can't believe you got that wrong.
I know, I work in a store.
But nobody cares about Spider-Woman anymore, or Spider-Girl.
Nope.
You know, and Spider-Ocity, and Spider-Silk, and Spider-Ham. And
I miss Spider-Ham. He was my favorite.
he was, dude, John Mulaney was fucking great as Spider-Ham.
He was.
He was perfect.
I'm trying to think what else they've put out recently. Oh, the big deal from Spider-Man is their Decade series, where it's like every month they're putting out like Spider-Man in the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s to 2000s or whatever, and it's like an 8-part mini. Everyone's freaking out about it and thinking it's so good, but I cannot pick up another title. I just can't.
Like, what is it? They're just reproducing old books? Or are they writing in the styles of that era?
They're writing in the styles of the era to that Spider-Man.
I would hate that.
Everyone's like loving it. It's not a Marvel person.
Well, for me, like, I have a hard time with old-timey comic book writing. Like, I would say, like, 85 and prior to.
So, like, 60s Batman's out.
Oh, God. Why? Like, Smiling Batman. Like, I have no problem with Smiling Batman. Carmine Infantino was a great artist. Like, his stuff was great. But, like, it was the dialogue.
Mm-hmm.
Don't say what you're doing. Boy, Batman, I'm so glad that we had these bat parachutes to save us from falling out of an airplane.
Bat shark repellent.
Yeah. Like, is it a bat shark?
I don't do shit.
But, like, you know, or, because I read recently, not recently, but I read Days of Future Past.
I was going to say, you read that recently? You're really behind.
Dude, I'm way behind on Marvel stuff. I don't read it. Like, I've got Dark Phoenix. I bought it from you guys. I got through about the first 5 pages, and I'm like, I can't read this style of writing anymore. Like, I get it. I respect it for what it is. The stories can be great. I get it. But when, like, you draw a panel and then you explain to me, like, via dialogue what's going on in the panel,
Mm-hmm.
I want to stab you in the face. You're not
Mm-hmm.
writing for radio.
Was it their big thing with the X-Men? It's Power of X and House of X. So it's like taking place in past, present, and future.
Mm-hmm.
I read the first two and I still don't get it. I can't.
Is Grant Morrison writing it? Because that sounds like his kind of gig.
Maybe.
No, he's not writing it. I know he's not. He's a DC
but
guy.
someone in his camp is, I think.
Okay.
Like someone he knows, because it seems like his stuff.
Very metaphysical and four planes of existence farther away from what you actually care to realize.
Yeah. And it's hard to read. And I don't know if it's because I will read Marvel for what it is. Huge Rogan Gambit fan.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I own their first appearances. I've read their like mini series and they're like ongoing and everything, but this is hard. Like it's hard for me to get through, and everyone's like, "It's so good." I was like, that's nice."
What was the last great Marvel series you read?
I liked X-Men Gold.
Okay.
And that came out how long ago?
The Pokemon of the X-Men? Because there was what, X-Men Gold and X-Men Blue?
Red, Gold, Blue, and then there was Black.
Okay.
X-Men Gold was like classic X-Men. So it reminded me a lot of the animated X-Men series from when like I was a kid. So I liked that.
Sure.
Blue was New Age X-Men, if I'm not mistaken.
Was that the Storm with the Mohawk era?
I think that was Red.
Okay.
See, I didn't read Red or Blue because that just wasn't my thing.
Mm-hmm.
But X-Men Gold was good for what it was. I liked the first part of Domino when it came out, and then it
because even like Dwight was raving about Domino for a while there, man.
It's Dwight.
Yeah.
He also liked Hot Shots, and that only got like a hot minute.
Wait. Hot Shots, the Charlie Sheen movie?
No, so Hot Shots was a mini series that Marvel put out. It was Domino, Black Widow, Dazzler, and a bunch of other mutants. And it based in Wakanda or whatever. It only lasted like 3 issues. It was weird.
Really?
I read the first one and I was like, I can't do it. Put it down. But Dwight's like, I love it because I love Domino. And I was like, did you really read Domino? Because after she started like doing some hanky-panky with like her martial arts instructor, I was like, I'm done.
Mm-hmm.
And then the annual turned her into a hooker. I was kind of like, done. Because that's not Domino.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know the character well enough. I know her from the movie.
Yeah. But, like, even in the movie, it was still better than whatever they did in the comic.
Well, Zazie Beetz is amazing.
Well, yeah. But, like, it was just...
She's going to be in a Marvel. She's going to be in Joker.
Is she really?
Zazie Beetz is in Joker, yeah.
Did you see that the Joker movie is getting, like, rave reviews?
It's getting amazing reviews.
I'm worried.
Why? You're worried that you're going to like it?
I'm mixed because I'm worried everyone's really hyping it because they want the Joker movie to win like an Emmy or whatever. No, an Oscar. It's not daytime television. And I'm just kind of like, I don't know how to feel. Like, and rumor has it it's based off of like
a couple things
where Thomas Wayne like had an affair and that's how he became who he is or whatever. Yeah. That was the big controversy I heard recently, and how he's jealous, hates Bruce Wayne because he's technically his half-brother or something. Like, I don't...
That's an Elseworld story.
Yeah, and if you're going to do something like that, it better land.
Yeah. But, I mean, I haven't seen Joaquin Phoenix in something that's been awful.
That's true.
And from what I hear, Batman, not in the movie.
Well, I mean, Bruce Wayne's like, what, 5 in the movie?
Again, Batman beating up old crazy people.
It's true.
So, and apparently this takes place in the 80s as well.
Yeah.
So it's a period piece, which is also interesting.
But didn't you say the second, like, trailer didn't do anything for you?
Yeah, it didn't. Like, I was just like, okay. Nothing really, like, grabbing me here, crazy style, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, all right, okay, it's just kind of, oh, there's De Niro. Okay, all right. Okay, it's over. You know, but like, I've been looking forward to it up until that point.
I don't.
Look, I like Joaquin Phoenix. I'll watch him in anything. Like,
That's how I feel about Jude Law, though, too.
he's not in it, is he?
No, but that's how I feel about, like, I'd watch anything he's in, so I get that feel for Joaquin
Sure.
Phoenix.
He's a good actor.
But, like, I don't know.
Like, unless he, like, because really, all he just, like, all of the 3 or 4 trailers or whatever, the 2 teasers or the 2 actual trailers that they put out, he's just getting the shit kicked out of him. Like, through the whole trailers. Like, you don't see him doing any kind of, like, you don't see him having a psychotic break. And, like, just stabbing motherfuckers for no apparent reason. You know, so it's like, all right, it's I'm because it comes out, what, next week?
I thought it was October.
I don't know. I thought it was next week. I thought it was September.
Maybe.
Whatever. Anyway. But yeah, like, I'm interested to see what they're going to do with it. I mean, they've got a great cast on it. And, you know, it looks different than the other Snyderverse stuff that they're doing.
It's true.
You know.
I'm trying to think what else. What else is coming out around it, though?
There's not much.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like Marvel's laying low for a little bit.
I wonder why.
Dude. They were like, look, we're spent. We need at least a year to recover from this. We just gave you everything we had. So.
I'm still upset that the fat Thor pop isn't fat.
It's not?
It's not. It's Thor, bro. He's not fat Thor. I know. Like, I was so pissed.
Why are you fat shaming fat Thor? Even when Thor became badass Thor at the end, he was still fat Thor.
I know. I'm more upset at the fact that, like, I have a friend who loves fat Thor.
Mm-hmm.
I have no problem with it, but she's just like, I want him. And I was like, someone was like, there's a Funko. And I was like, oh, that's so cool. And I'm like, I'll get it for you. I get the pop. And I was like, this isn't fat Thor. It's like bro Thor. I was like, that's not the same.
No.
Like, a Thor at the end of Endgame was amazing.
Yeah.
Such a badass.
Yeah, totally, dude. Well, even like in, what was it? Even in Ragnarok, he was a way badass at the end of Ragnarok, too.
Oh, yeah.
Are you the god of hammers? Dude, that was such a badass line.
I just feel like Thor grew to be something amazing.
Yeah. It's like they didn't know what to do with him in the first 2 movies. Like, the first 2 Thor movies. Like, the first Thor movie was entertaining. I really liked the first Thor movie.
Putting Thor on Earth and not knowing and everything, yeah, it worked.
The second movie, it could have been better.
Was it the Dark World is the second one?
Mm-hmm. That's when he was fighting Malekith.
Yeah.
And that's the thing with the Thor comic for me now, too, is like, doesn't Thor have any other enemies aside from Malekith? Like, he's been fighting Malekith for the 5, 6 years, 7 years that I've been reading Thor. Or 8 years, however long it's been.
It's true. I mean, I feel like the second one was a lot of Loki.
Yeah, but it was a lot of Malekith as well.
Yeah. I don't remember the second one very well because I only watched it once.
Yeah, it's like, Natalie Portman gets the Red Infinity Stone.
Yeah.
Which is not a stone, but it was...
It's like energy.
Yeah, the ether. I'm like, all right, I'll suspend my disbelief. I fell asleep in that one in the theater.
I cannot believe she's coming back to play
Oh, hell
Jane
yes. Look,
Foster.
They are going to put her in the Thor costume. Of course she's coming back.
Well, what was it? After the second one, she didn't want to do it anymore. She's like, I'm done. I hate this shit or whatever. And she was pregnant, so I get it.
But they also are going to make her the star of the movie.
It's true.
She's not playing second fiddle to Chris Hemsworth.
I mean, I'd play second fiddle to Chris Hemsworth, though.
Sweetheart, I would play fourth fiddle. I would clean the fiddles. That is one handsome man.
Did you see the new Men in Black?
No.
Neither have I.
I've heard it's not good.
That's what I hear too, but I kind of want to see it for Chris.
Come on. And Tess Valkyrie is in it too.
I know. I like her as a
She was
Valkyrie.
amazing. She was in the Creed movie too.
Really?
Yes. She played a musician who ends up hooking up with Creed, but she's also has degenerative hearing disorder.
Wow.
Yeah. So I haven't seen the second Creed movie, but the first one's fantastic. If you like the Rocky movies and that like universe, it's really, really good. And Ryan Coogler directed that one as well. And Michael B. Jordan played Creed. Adonis Creed.
Trying to think. What I saw parts of Creed.
It was good. It was a great movie.
I need to watch it all the way through fully.
Mm-hmm.
I think I watched that when I was like pregnant. I would be up late at night with heartburn and just be like, oh, I just need something on the TV.
That's hilarious.
Those are the times.
Oh yeah. Don't you want to do it again?
No. The first one nearly killed me. Near-death experience is not fun.
Yeah, that's why I like, don't you want a girl? I'm like, I got 5 nieces. I'll borrow one.
You can send one of those at home at the end of the day.
Yeah, right. They can even have a sleepover. That's fine, but she's going home eventually. So.
I'm trying to think. That's amazing she's in Creed. Yeah, I haven't seen it all the way through. But yeah, I want to see the new Men in Black.
Yeah, it's out there. It's a movie that can be watched.
I know, because it just came out.
Yeah. Well, there's no turnaround anymore. It's like, oh, it's in the movie. Oh, you got your digital copy already.
Was it Endgame still in theaters?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, we were talking about that. There was like one theater with one screen that showed it at like 10 o'clock at night or something.
Have you seen the trailer for Peanut Butter Falcon?
No, but I've heard about it.
Okay, so John, who works at the store, I made him go see the second Fantastic Beast with me.
Okay.
And he said, you owe me one. I was like, you won't remember to claim on it.
He remembered.
He remembered. Peanut Butter Falcon is his movie of choice.
Okay.
I watched the trailer. Oh my god. Like, it is so Shia LaBeouf's in it.
Okay. I actually like Shia LaBeouf. I think he's a good actor.
I don't mind him. There's a kid with Down syndrome who wants to be a professional wrestler, and Shia LaBeouf helps him get to like this pro wrestling camp. And then Dakota Johnson or whatever, that girl from 50 Shades of Grey is in it.
Don Johnson's daughter.
Yes. And
which is weird because we just watched my wife and I just watched, what was that, the book club, ladies book club or whatever, with all the like aging actresses, and they all their whole thing is they read 50 Shades of Grey. The whole series. Don Johnson's in it.
Nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's about Shia LaBeouf helping this kid get to this like pro wrestling camp, and the kid with Down syndrome goes, "My name is Peanut Butter Falcon." You're like, okay, but the trailer shoves all of these random clips together to be like, "This is awesome." And I'm like, it looks like it's just gonna be a couple hours of shit hitting the fan and not knowing what to do.
I'm going to have to look this up.
You've got to.
Because it sounds fucking interesting.
It is gnarly.
Really?
And the only theater that's really playing it around us is in Chicago.
Oh, probably the Art Theater.
Yeah, because it's an independent.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, a lot of people don't want to cash out of the buff for anything right now.
Yeah, I don't know why. I mean, he's crazy. I get it. And he does weird shit. But at the same time, he's a good actor.
I mean, he made me cry back in the day when he was on that Disney Channel show where he played a kid with Down syndrome or autistic.
Oh, really?
Or something. He, like, I don't even remember the name of the movie, but he, like, gets lost in a library and has, like, a panic attack in the library. And I remember being, like, preteens and crying because you were just, like, freaking out for him.
Right.
And you're like... I mean, I remember Even Stevens, but...
That was way after my time.
I know. I'm young.
I'm old, Billy.
It's not that big of an age difference.
But when it comes to pop culture, sometimes there is.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, because I didn't catch on. Like, the last Nickelodeon shows I really remember watching were, like, Salute Your Shorts, Rocko's Modern Life, which just got a movie on Netflix.
I watched it.
Is it good?
It's funny.
Did you watch The Invader Zim?
Yes.
How was it?
It was decent.
Okay.
I like the Rocco's Modern Life
Really?
one.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Was it more geared towards an adult audience, or were they still?
Oh yeah.
Oh, really? Okay.
It was great because it was.
With Heifer.
It's a whole play on bringing back your favorite sitcoms, like the reboots and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And he wants to reboot his favorite show.
Okay. So it's Jane and Silent Bob reboot.
Yeah.
Which was Jane and Silent Bob Strike Back.
Which, when does that movie come out? His new one, the reboot?
They're doing a showing, I think, in October.
Didn't John get tickets to that?
He did get tickets. Because he's got disposable income.
Well, not anymore. He bought a house.
Right. He bought like the $200 tickets too. For like VIP, whatever it is. There's like a meet and greet or something.
And neither one of us are going with him.
Didn't even offer to buy a ticket to like, hey, pay me back, you little bitch.
But we love you.
Right? Like, I want to go. Like, there's a, like, because I've seen Jane Silent Bob get old a couple times. But like, I've never seen him do a Q&A.
Mm-mm.
And I've always wanted to ask him, like, the Jay and Silent Bob from Clerks are way different than the Jay and Silent Bob from the rest of the movies. And I want to know, was it a conscious effort to change them from being these degenerate losers to being like the hapless losers that like you just like having them around because they look like they'd be fun people to hang out with.
They're the friends that you don't bring around your family.
Right, absolutely. Absolutely. But like, was it a conscious decision? Was it something that like this dimension made them change when going into Mallrats?
Maybe.
You know, like that's always like, because yeah, if you watch them, like the characters are way different. Like,
I haven't watched them like back to back.
Watch Clerks and then watch Mallrats. Like the characters are totally different.
I wonder if that was maybe not their call either.
Exactly. That's what I said. Maybe, did Dimension be like, hey, we need to lighten these two up a bit.
Target more for a different audience.
Something. I don't know.
There's gotta be something there.
Yeah. I've always wanted to ask him that.
Well, because Kevin Smith directed the reboot.
Yeah, he wrote it.
So I wonder Kevin Smith right now to me is one of those like, I get it. He had like a widowmaker heart attack and survived kind of deal, and I love that he supports his kid.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, calm down.
Yeah.
I get it. You're a vegan.
Right.
Your daughter's amazing.
Yeah. Cool. I saw the Hollywood movie.
I wanted to see it. I haven't yet. Does she have a big part in it?
No, I think she's got like a half a line. You can wait for it to come out on video.
Okay.
Like, I'm glad that I spent the 2.5 hours or 3 hours in the theater to see it.
3 hours.
Yeah, it's ridiculously long. I'm glad that I went on a Saturday when I was in Michigan and had nothing else better to do. That's fine. Mm-hmm. But like, and I talked about it to Tom last week. I was just like, it looks great as a visual filmmaker. Tarantino has like grown immensely. I just didn't like the script. Like, everybody acted fine. The characters were cool. The script didn't do anything for me.
That's disappointing.
Yeah. It's kind of like Hateful Eight. Looked great. The characters were amazing. Didn't go anywhere. Didn't do anything. Kind of stalls out. Yeah. It's like, come on, Quentin.
I, for some reason, thought that Harley Quinn Smith was going to have, like, this big role.
The way that he talked it up, that Kevin Smith talked it up, it sounded like she was going to have, like, a bigger role in it.
She was going to be a main character kind of person.
Well, I didn't think a main character, but definitely somebody with more than, like, a half a line. Because, like, he was so, like, oh, yeah, he loved her performance and blah, 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 blah during the audition. And you're like, oh, cool, she's going to be in it. Yeah, she was in it. For like a little bit.
For, like, 5 seconds.
Yeah, for probably maybe, like, 10 minutes of the movie, she was totally in it.
Day shooting.
Yeah.
I get it. Support your kid.
Sure.
I have a kid. He wants to be an Ninja Turtle. I'm going to do that. But, like, let's be realistic here. Like, I also feel like she's hyped because she's Kevin Smith's kid. But
yeah, like I've downloaded her CDs from the 10th. They're not bad.
I'm not surprised.
They're like just chicky, like pop bubblegum punk.
Yeah.
You know, but like her voice grates at me. I hate to be that guy, but like when she talks, I'm like, ooh. She sounds like a burned out stoner, like valley girl.
Well, I wonder if she does weed like her dad.
I don't think so.
Like, I just question it because he has his own brand of Jay and Silent Bob.
Well, it sounds like he's got like 2 or 3 going right now, so.
It's true. But, like, you just question it.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. He's his biggest fan. He's his biggest proponent. And I'm tired of hearing about the heart attack, too. Like, especially, like, right after it happened. Like, oh, my God. All right, we get it. You had a fucking heart attack. All right. But then again, it goes in cycles. All right, you get it. You
Dwight, you had a stroke. I get it.
Right, you had a stroke, Dwight. We get it. All right, you had a bad movie set experience with Bruce Willis. All right, we get. All right, we get it. All right, Kevin, you got kicked off of a plane because you were fat. We get it. You know, it's like he like just gloms onto this thing for a minute and just like that's his story for that time frame.
Oh, what is it? There was a conversation in the store the other day about how people, they will have one experience and like drag it out and make it about that experience and be like, you should worship me or you should be nice to me because of this happened to me. And it's like, there's people who've dealt with some real shit that's been traumatizing who still function and make it through the day and not manipulate that like thing to get what they want.
Absolutely.
Like, calm down.
It's like, for serious, dude, chill the fuck out.
Mm-hmm.
You know, yeah, I get it. People who co-opt other people's shit so you feel bad for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're just like, get over yourself.
Mm-hmm. Totally.
No more stroke excuse, Dwight.
Right, come on. All right, you had a stroke. What have you done about it? What have you done about it, Dwight? I know you're not listening. What have you done? Get yourself healthy. We actually like you, Dwight.
He complains when I'm like, we're getting salad for lunch. He's like, why do you want to keep me around? I was like, for the entertainment.
Yeah, fun to have around.
I love him. I make jokes. I tell him that all the time.
Oh, I fuck with him so bad when I come into the store sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
I feel bad. And sometimes, like, I do it out of, like, you know, like, I care for the guy. So I'm just like, I fuck with him. And then I feel bad about it later. I'm like, maybe I took it too far. Sorry, Dwight.
But you can tell when it's really his stroke affecting him because you will see it in his face. But you do get tired of he'll forget something and he knows he's forgot it. So the panic sets in and he's like, I had a stroke. And I was like, I can tell. You forgot.
Right. Don't blame it on the stroke. You're old. You've forgotten. It's okay. You can just live up to it. We're cool with that. Just be honest with us and honest with yourself, sir.
It just makes life easier.
Right. Just calm the fuck down. Time out. So. Alright, dude. Let's wrap this up. I'm tired.
Me too.
I got like 4.5 hours of sleep last night. It was amazing. And now it's like 11:30. I think it's close to midnight now. Nope, 11:30.
Jesus.
Yeah, buddy. Alright, well, so for Pop Goulash this week, I'm Reuben.
I'm Sarah.
Be kind to one another.